episode of the Richard Lewis Show. I'm your host, Richard Lewis, and joining me is my right-hand man, Sam Davis. It was weird. You were sounding normal earlier. Now you've gone mega deep. Like
gone mega deep.
Yeah, like a little bit like you know, like
it's because there was loud music in the background, and with this like background
right.
noise remover, it's probably drilling my voice a bit. It should be all right. No.
Yeah, well, don't worry. It's all gonna be, we know you are. So is the thing as well. We'll just start, right? I see a lot of people spamming about it in the chat. We were gonna do a Raid Shadow Legends sponsored stream, right? And I asked the community. I said, "Is it okay if we do one?" There's no objections. First time I asked, everyone was like, "Yeah, do what you got to do, make that money, right?" Yesterday, I asked. I said, Is it all right? Because like I want to make a bit of extra money. I got to move back to the UK. I got loads of stuff to do. I got loads of expenses. I got a pretty good offer here. Any objections? Everyone's like, no, you do your thing. You go and you get that. You go make that cheddar. And then today I go into the channel, and people have been putting in videos and from other content creators that have said not to do it. And as far as I can tell, the argument is that because it's a mobile game and uses a freemium model, it's predatory in nature, which, again, for a free-to-play game, like, I don't know how people think they're going to keep the lights on unless they monetize it in that way. And there was even a dude who was saying, I'm complicit in preying on children, was the phrase, if I do the stream. So I thought, fuck it. Because I'll tell you one thing that I've learned in my years, Sam, dealing with people. They're the lunatics that, like, for they'll do it for 5 years. They'll be on every social media spamming, he's a hypocrite, look at all this stuff, like, look at all this unethical stuff he's done, like this one thing, like just having a sponsor on my channel. It's like 400 and God knows how many people on Twitch alone that have been doing sponsors with it, but like if I do it, I'm the bad guy. And those people don't shut up, they don't go away. Like I've seen so many people down the years like that. So I guess I'll just set fire to the money, just to have that fucking peace. You know what I mean? It's crazy, dude. Like the worst part is as well. Like I say this all the time, the amount of money I've left on the table from sponsors down the years, like that I just haven't took any money from any of the main influxes of money, and now we're adding, can't do gambling sites, can't do case opens guides sites, can't do skin sites, can't promote any free-to-play mobile game. We're really kind of running down on the list of what sponsors are kind of allowed and which ones aren't. But it's okay, I guess. Like I'll just not make any money, I suppose, in my life, just so I don't have deranged ex-fans basically harass me until I leave the internet. Pretty good. So we'll see how we'll see how those people feel about VPNs or something like that. We'll have another look, and we'll wait and see. No doubt that'll be. You're assisting anti-government insurgents, something like that. Yeah, whatever. Fuck them. It's not worth it. The funny part was, right, I said to the guy, I said, well, hang on, you fucking sub to me, so you're supporting someone that you believe is complicit in preying on children, so you probably shouldn't. He's going, no, like I like supporting you. Fuck you now, mate. People are just fucking,
But mobile games, nah.
Yeah, mental. Whatever. It's a show. We haven't done one of these in ages. I mean, I feel like this was the only way I was going to be able to talk to you lately, mate. I haven't even seen you.
I'm just sat you doing fuck all the time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've talked to you less during quarantine than I have when the world was normal and you could go out and stuff.
Nah, I'm just sat here chilling, but if you messed me, I'm here. But earlier I was playing Rocksmith, just throwing some darts earlier. I made some bread last night, banging fucking bread I made, but gorgeous.
You made some bread?
Oh, but lovely, but bouncy as fuck, like a pillow. I'll have to make that again. I'm going to make some rolls next time instead of a loaf. It was a little bit small, like it weren't as tall as I needed it. It puffed up loads, but the tin was too small. So I've just got like a mushroom top on top of my bread.
got a mushroom top on top of my fucking shorts, mate. You know what I mean?
Spilling that curry everywhere again.
Yeah, mate, just a big fat bastard. You know, I'll say one thing about all this fucking quarantine, right? They said that, if you stop ordering takeaways, you'll lose weight. Like, start cooking your own food. Mate, I've been cooking my own food. I haven't even got a microwave at the moment. The microwave blew up. Had to throw that out. Yeah, just exploded, no reason. Like, and I've gained 10 pounds. I've gained 10 pounds of cooking my own.
Butter straight out the fridge.
I don't even know, like, just eggs and stuff.
Should be fine, but
I know, it's mad. It's madness.
But to eat cheese, bacon, eggs.
I'm trying to convince myself that. I mean, yeah, I have been boozing unbelievable amounts, maybe, and I do this thing where I don't count the calories in whiskey. That's probably a problem.
How many calories are in whiskey? It can't be that many. How much per shot?
Bit, mate.
I'd say like under a shot, maybe less.
Oh no, it's less than that. Like, that would be outrageous, mate. Because when you polish off half a bottle, that's like
bang.
But yeah, but whatever, fuck it. So I've been picking out all stories going right the way back because we haven't done a show in how many months?
2, 3. I did check earlier.
It's been a while, like. And mate, I'm not gonna do the big coronavirus special show, right? I'm not gonna do that today because, like, I want to ease into it, right? When it's all anyone talks about. But mate, all the fucking mad stories. I've been getting every single demented story that's been going on during coronavirus. I've got footage of all of the cunts who are out there, like, coughing on food and all that stuff.
I know.
I got like
creep spot.
Yeah, I know, innit?
But if I seen like someone licking an ice cream tub in Morrison's butt, I would literally Rey Mysterio 619 off the fucking bean tin aisle, but and I would drop kick that cunt so far. What is wrong with you? Like,
yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like, I mean, like, people are in there. Why? Hang on, sorry, dude. I'm. You can tell I'm not in a show mind. Like, I'm looking at the chat. Why is that cunt saying my right ear?
Oh, there was a Twitch noise apparently. No, that random Twitch noise that happens. Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
Right, good. Watch yourself, son. Watch yourself.
Watch yourself.
You're on fucking notice, pal. Just letting them down.
You
I'm telling
people, bastard. You're on notice.
I'm so tightly fucking wound with it. I'm not gonna lie. I nearly wasn't gonna do anything at all. I was like, right, okay. Start the day, get up early,
right,
do some nice content, make some money, preying on children. Right, okay, all right, guys, all right, that's fine. Guess I won't make the money. We'll do a nice little show for you. If anyone says anything, if anyone points out a single incident of lag, a single robot voice, if you say anything stupid in the chat, because understand, like I explain every time, we know. We're doing the show. We know when there's a tech problem. Doesn't need to be pointed out. Definitely doesn't need to be pointed out once. Definitely doesn't need to be pointed out 20 or 30 times in a row. And if that happens, it's instant permanent bans today with no appeals. And if it keeps going, I'll delete my fucking Twitch channel, you mad cunts, and just never talk to any of you again. I'll start another one, mate. I'll start another one. I'll start one of them. Any sense. I'll start one of them channels, with them, like, it's a 40-year-old trucker, but he's got the voice modulator and it's an anime girl, and I'll make more money, and I'll have all the sponsors. I'll be a little fucking anime girl in the corner, like, playing GTA. If you say
anything, I'm gonna delete my account. So...
and I'll delete theirs first. I'll tell Twitch they've been harassing me.
Get them out.
I'll put complaints in, but just not today, guys, please. Right, so let's do a show. Right, I'm ready now. But yeah, I've been getting all the mad coronavirus stories put to one side. There are some bonkers stories, like the death cult in South Korea that were trying to spread it. Right the way, people fighting over toilet paper. Jeff Bezos asked the public to pay his employees. From a public relief fund, saying he wanted to dip into it so he could pay the fucking Amazon delivery drivers from it. There's all sorts of mad stuff, mate. Wait till you, like I say, maybe tomorrow. We'll see what the schedule's like. But also as well, like, US the US government straight being like Somalian pirates. There's like 3 separate incidents of them going to airports that were taking deliveries of like masks and stuff, and they've just stole them, just straight up robbed them, like. And it hasn't been a big deal.
Like the federal government from the States? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just straight up robbing them blind. Like it happened in Germany, happened in France, happened in Canada. Like it's mad. It's like it's a really big deal. So there's loads of stuff I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to get into all the mad fucking conspiracy theories, that everyone's talking about. Like no.
What about the UFO videos that got released, man?
Oh mate, I was going to ask you about that.
Well,
that was on the list
before. Like I think it was on Joe Rogan where they had that Fight the Pilot guy on. But
well, come on then.
Even asked, mate. No one's asked. UFOs
right,
just been released by the US government. Nobody, people know.
Pull it up then, Jamie. Bring up the video and we'll talk about it. But yeah, I saw it. I mean, here's the thing that actually kind of makes me a little bit sort of more convinced that it's not just some experimental aircraft from a government or something. Like, because think about how many times you must when you're a pilot up in the sky, you see freaky shit. And you see stuff, but like that guy with the audio, if you listen to it, that pilot is like, "What the fuck is that, bro?"
Yeah,
like
exactly.
He completely loses protocol, doesn't he? Completely loses protocol, and he just goes full fucking hood in seconds, like, full. So I don't know, mate. I mean, obviously, chances of it being aliens.
Fucking 100%. But what do you mean? What else could it be? But what else could it be? Where this thing, which just uses no propulsion, it's using no propulsion. But we ain't got that shit. Who's made that? Who the fuck could make out without anybody knowing? But a fucking no energy consumption, like propulsion unit that can go as fast as it wants. And it looks like he's like fucking with him, but because I think it's the same fighter pilot. It might be a different guy who was on that Joe Rogan thing and also on that fucking Bob Lazar Netflix documentary. But he was talking about like sometimes they'll slow down and like allow you to catch up with them, and then they'll just disappear again. It's almost like they're fucking with you, but.
Nah, I'm not buying it for a second that it's aliens. Like, it can't be aliens.
What? It can't be. You can't say it can't be.
It can't be.
It could be. What do you mean? It's gotta be. It could be.
Right, well, definitely it's not gotta be. Right? It's not got to be aliens, right? I mean, the most logical explanation is that it's some sort of experimental aircraft or something like that. But right, okay, like, just hold on for a second. So, for me, I haven't watched the video. Are you playing the video, by the way? I'm not paying attention.
No, show it.
Yeah, show it on stream so people can have a look. For me, the immediate thought is it's obviously some sort of like, experimental kind of maybe aircraft, spacecraft, whatever you want to call it. The idea of it being a fucking actual alien. Why? What's it doing? Comes into the fucking stratosphere, just chills for a little bit, and then just fucks off. But it makes no sense.
But if we got out to outer space, what would we be doing if we found a different planet? Exactly that, but we'd be gliding across, trying not to fucking do any harm.
Mate, we're like fucking idiots. If we saw a bunch of fucking, creatures flying alongside us, we try and communicate and interact, like.
Yeah, but that's assuming these fucking beings are as dumb as us, but they probably already interacted. Like, why would we do that?
Oh, now you're going into fucking
but it makes sense if we're so far below them. But no, not abduction. What I mean is, if they know about our fucking society already, there's no reason for them to be here, is it? If they're so far ahead of us technologically, they're not going to get anything from us. So they're just like coming to observe. We're basically a fucking ant farm, mate.
Listen, I don't know. I think they would just be a bit more pronounced. Like, the idea that they've been observing us like a fucking ant farm for all of this time, and the only occasional thing that we see is something like this. Like, it just doesn't hold up.
No, but this isn't the only thing we see. But there's loads of this shit. There's loads of similar like objects which don't use any propulsion. This is the one with the fucking.
Yeah, right.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA.
Fuck yeah, bro. There's a fleet of them.
Yeah, well, see, that doesn't make sense either, because he says there's a fleet of them, but where's the fleet?
It might be from one of the other videos, because there's other fighters, like other fighter pilots following other ones. What I don't understand is, if it's an experimental
the timing
aircraft,
of releasing this as well.
Exactly,
like You're getting fucking
Look
wrecked
into
in the
it, bro.
press.
Look into it, bro.
Yeah, exactly,
I'm
like-
crazy, bro.
You know what's happened, right? Like, right, basically, Donnie Darko's been getting fucking wrecked in the media. He's like, can we throw them a fucking bone? Is there anything we can put out there that the media might go for? What about aliens? Okay, right, let's fucking do that. And that's what they've done. I mean, I don't know, mate. It just doesn't look like anything to me. It's just a weird shape.
Yeah, exactly. It is weird. Something we don't make.
I
The
don't
way
buy
it moves,
sauces
but
either, like,
the way it moves,
it's rotating.
the way it propels itself without any heat exhaustion, but there's no heat coming off in any direction.
So,
it
do you
just
believe in
moves.
aliens then?
Yeah, but 100%. How
100%.
couldn't you? If you believe in an infinite universe, you've got to believe in aliens.
Okay, but so I believe that somewhere out there in an infinite universe there is sentient life, obviously. But what I don't believe that. Like, I think the way we think about aliens is so fucking narcissistic. The idea that what we're doing is so fucking great that aliens are coming by and they're observing us and they're taking us away and they're probing us and, you know, taking our DNA and all this stuff. And we actually know about it, and there's a big upper tier government conspiracy to consider. Like, nah.
No, I don't believe there's a big government conspiracy. I don't know. The thing is, I was going to say I don't believe in probes either, but it would make sense if they did. Like, that's what we would do. Like,
Is that
if
what
we
you
went
do?
to Mars
You'd be riding
and
around
we found
straight
people
in-
there, but
straight
you
in
know
or
we'd be
probing
gripping
people.
one, but you know if we went to
Oh,
Mars
yeah,
and there were
we'd-
people there, we'd be gripping one and running away with
Oh,
him.
mate,
but
we'd be having a grab
So
immediate,
it
like,
makes
no
sense.
doubt, like.
That is
Yeah,
what you
well, of
would
course
do.
we-
You'd want to do tests and shit. You want to
Mate,
do
we've all
experiments.
seen E.T. We all know how it would go down.
What's the other one? Fucking Alf, is it? The other creepy fucking alien thing.
Yeah, he got in the end.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he got
Stitched
took
him.
away as well. Yeah, he got gripped. But yeah, I don't know, mate. I saw that. You know, look, I just don't think anything out there has the capability yet.
The way
Or
I
it gets
see it
the
is,
capability.
if there's an infinite galaxy, that means it's pretty reasonable to assume that there's someone
Universe,
who
universe.
is... Yeah,
Yeah.
universe.
Not a galaxy.
Well, yeah. It's reasonable to assume there's someone who is, like, amazingly so far ahead of us in technology so that they could track what is near them in the universe. If they could do that and they see the way you, why wouldn't they come for a sniff? But you got the fucking power to. If they're anything like this and they like to explore and they like to conquer stuff, obviously we don't know what kind of beings they are, but they'd want it.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never bought it. You'd be hard pushed to convince me. I think I'd need to get back to smoking fucking weed. I think with enough weed and enough DMT. Keep in mind, now interdimensional beings. Like now that's a different ballpark entirely because you know I've talked.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Was taking copious amounts of DMT. So make of that what you will. And I have walked on the surface of alien planets also. But the common denominator was smoking DMT. I'm not gonna lie. So
We've all been
don't
in Glasgow.
necessarily think that it was real. But just putting it out there. But yeah, no, I did see that. Is something that's more interesting than fucking aliens.
It's gonna be tight.
Seagulls, mate. Seagulls. I've been monitoring the seagull situation with great interest because there's been all sorts of mad stuff. There's all bit like the birds have been reacting, you know, to fucking this quarantine situation like erratically because of the fucking food situation. You know, people aren't going out. You know, tourists aren't there, but like they think that they've found a reason why seagulls are getting so aggro. And once again, it turns out it's fucking humans what are to blame. You see, they're addicts. They were addicted the whole time. What's been happening is we're going out there eating fucking, you know, Greg's sausage rolls, you know,
Chippy,
steak
sausage.
bake, yeah, battered sausage, Mackie D's. Delicious junk food. And we don't eat it all, or we throw a little bit away. And then a seagull comes along, and what are they used to eating? You know, like mice, voles, bits of fucking seeds,
Seaweed.
You know,
I don't even know where they get that
yeah,
one with.
no worms, nowhere near as delicious as a Greg's pasty. Nowhere near. And they have one taste of it, mate, and it fucking blows their mind. It just blows their tiny little seagull mind.
Goodness.
Yeah, so then what started happening is they get addicted to the junk food in the same way we get addicted to junk food, right? So there was this study, this is the report here. Tests on 114 birds showed those that were fed, I mean, what they lovingly call urban diets, fat bastard food, were left with less good bacteria in their gut than those given high fiber food. So it's bad for them, and they're getting addicted to it. Scientists found birds living in towns and cities are ditching insects, worms, grubs, and berries for leftover bits of burger, pizza, chicken nuggets, and chips. They're actually making a preference. They go, fucking hell, I don't want to eat that delicious beetle over there. Not when I can have a fucking nuggie.
Fuck I.
Right? Well, I mean, yeah, it's the good call, right? But anyway, there was a doctor in Ghent University in Belgium, and he basically said that, you know, that's why they're getting so aggro, but it's also causing them long-term health problems. So,
good.
This is one. Well, yeah. I mean, but this is one thing I'd never really considered, see, because like I never factored in. Like, is it if somebody does something because they're addicted, we do have a tendency to say,
Yeah, but fuck up. They're seagulls, but they're still fucking evil. Right, if someone was addicted to, like, heroin, but they were going out and just slapping food out of people's hands, yeah, I would still call them a cunt, whether they're addicted or not. So
yeah, but here's the thing, like, so imagine a world where there's a guy, and he was a drug addict, and he's out there, and he's robbing, you know, and he ends up going to jail, and he gets clean, he turns his life around, and he says, like, oh, you know, the drugs had its hooks in me.
Yeah, if he turns his life around, sure. But these
well,
seagulls
see,
aren't
how
going
does
back to fucking insects, are they?
Yeah,
well,
that's
they can
what I'm
stop
saying.
fucking attacking people with chips in their hand. If they,
Well, yeah, but
like,
you'd
if
have
they
to
just head
take the
from
seagulls
bins...
to prison to rehabilitate them, is what I'm saying.
No, you have to take the fucking pain town butt with a right hook. That's how you rehabilitate a seagull with uppercuts. Right.
Just saying though, if we had a seagull rehabilitation centre where they had to go cold turkey, no more delicious chips, no more Big Macs, you know, none of that, and then we put them back into the wild, would they still be cunts? Is what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, but because it's more delicious, and they haven't got a conscience. They just like, I know that food's more tasty than these grubs. I can see that food is in someone's hand. I'm gonna go rip it out.
So you don't think we can make them go cold turkey?
I think they're a lost cause.
That's sad, like. Well, okay. What I can do is then, if we're just concluding that seagulls are cunts, and there is no cure for that, I can give you a tip on what to do. You see, nice. Sam says, take them to Pain Town, right? Well, an interview with a bird behavior expert.
Of course, that exists. That's a job.
True. It's true. This is a senior. This is backed up by a senior lecturer at the University of Exeter. They say if you want to stop a seagull from like swooping in and taking your delicious food, what you have to do is you have to stare them out.
Oh, nice, but mad dog and a gull, like
you have to mad dog the seagulls, because basically what happens is the seagulls, they're pretty intelligent. I mean, I've learned a lot while I've been in quarantine about seagulls. They get they're pretty intelligent, and they study your behavior. So when they're trying to locate food, they know when you're unwrapping something, for example, like we saw in the famous video of the guy spewing. It waited for him to unwrap the delicious sausage roll, and then it swooped in and it had the roll. It knew the delicious part was in the bag, and it mustn't attack beforehand. It has the weight. So they're studying us. So what you have to do is you have to straight intimidate them psychologically. You have to stare at
fucking hacker to a gull, mate. That's what it takes.
So here it is. Last year, a team, Dr. Boogert, who is like a scientist that's been studying seagull behavior, her team found that gulls will hesitate before snatching your food if you just stare them out, if you just stare at them. And the doctor says what she's figured out is it's because the bird knows that you're onto them. Like, you know that it's trying to nick your food. Yeah. So it knows, like, oh, it's watching me, like, I better be slick here, or maybe I shouldn't, maybe I'm not going to get away with it, maybe it's going to have a grip. So they're basically saying it's like a shoplifter. If a shoplifter's being followed, they don't start putting things in their pockets. So a seagull is about as intelligent as the average shoplifter.
Good to know.
Yeah, good to know. So, I want to educate people. Obviously, I've never advocated for violence against animals. I think all the gulls should be humanely culled. I've always maintained that. I want to make that absolutely clear.
I did vote for bolt gun usage for all guns.
I just want to make that absolutely clear. But in the absence of culling people, what you can do is you can, of course, just stare them out instead, and that'll keep your chips safe. If nothing else. Also, another thing that we haven't done an update on, because we haven't done a show for so fucking long. You remember Bagel Bosch? You remember?
Yeah, little boy. Little man.
Chris Morgan. Well, I don't know if we talked about it on the show before, but basically at the end of last year, he had a complete fucking meltdown. Now, if you don't know, right, I'll just give you all a recap. There was a little fucking... Was he a legal dwarf? I always forget. Was he a dwarf?
I don't know. I don't think he was a legal dwarf. I think he was like... He might have just been 5 foot on the nose.
Was he an illegal dwarf, is what you said?
He was, like, he was riding away from the law, but... Chris Morgan. That's his name, innit? Bagel Boss.
Yeah.
Are
you checking if he's got his dwarf license?
Yeah, I'm checking his license, but he's 5 foot tall on the nose. But see, how do I remember that? But that's mental, isn't it? Why is that a fact that I retain?
Of all the things you can store in your brain,
why is that a fact they retain? Like,
Sam, do some quick maths.
Why is that even got space? But
how tall is Chris Morgan? Legal dwarf, 5 foot anyway.
Bang on the nose.
Yeah, bang on the nose. Like. 5 foot if he's a day. But anyway, so no, at 5 foot, you're actually not a dwarf. You are officially a manlet at that point, like, aren't you?
That's manlet to you.
Yeah, that's manlet territory. Too tall.
No, I don't know. I might be below manlet, but what's below manlet?
Well, there's nothing. I thought it went manlet, dwarf, midget. I thought that was how it worked. I thought that was the.
I think Ewok comes in between, like.
Did it Ewok? Yeah. No,
for the tall one, Warwick Davis played.
Yeah, but what Warwick Davis is a midget, isn't he?
Yeah, but he had an head on, so I give him an extra couple of inches.
Now I don't know what Troy Verne or whatever his name was.
Oh, he was small, but
because he was like 1 foot tall when he or something. He was like 1'5" or something.
Verne Troy, yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, he's dead now, of course.
51 centimeters, 2'8", but oof.
Yeah, that's
you
know what I mean?
He's got 2 licenses.
So that's what I'm saying. There's no Ewok ratio. There's no Ewok tier, is there? It goes manlet, dwarf, midget, and then, I don't know, like,
Well, according to this, but an Ewok is about 1 meter
midget.
tall, so that's 19 centimeters bigger than Verne, but. So. But that's an average Ewok, like. So, a tall Ewok, let's say 1.3 meters.
I think it's also worth pointing out that one, Ewoks aren't human, and
humans played them.
They're not real.
Yeah,
but like they were all different sizes. Like, don't you remember fucking
Warwick Davis ain't real?
Don't you remember the Return of the Jedi? They were all different heights. Like, some of the Ewoks were kids. Big kids.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's just because of the casting, though. I bet if they wanted it as they wanted it, they would have all been the same size, I assume.
It'd be CGI now, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things no one really talks about, like, that dwarves can't get jobs
like the original fucking
in
Willy
movies
Wonka,
and
but
stuff.
Original Willy Wonka had all different dwarves. The second one dwarf CGI'd in 6 million times, but. So he fucking lapped up all the cash. He didn't get spread to the rest of the little people community. Robbery, but
like
first Willy Wonka must have been like a fucking steelworks opening in a Welsh town, but I bet everyone was landing.
Yeah, it's like that Wayans Brothers movie, mate. It's like that the Wayans Brothers movie, Little Man. The act, it's like you're gonna be in a movie, and we're gonna CGI an actor's head onto you, and no one's gonna know who you are. Like.
I know.
It's outrageous, isn't it, when you think about it?
It's probably the same one from Willy Wonka, but bet it's the same guy.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Bet he's running his own
Wouldn't know.
talent agency, but taking all the good jobs for himself. Straight Warwick Davison.
But anyway, as long as we've established that Chris Morgan is a manlet and not a legal dwarf or an unlicensed dwarf or a midget or anything like that.
I think he's
bang on the nose, 5 foot. Well, you see, he was losing his mind, right? So for those who don't know who he is, he was a little dude who he was in a bagel store, and he was having an argument with some woman behind the counter. God knows why. I can't even remember what caused
license. He hasn't got.
Yeah, something like that. And he said, like, he was shouting about how women don't fucking want to date him because he's 5 foot. And then some guy said, "Listen, can you fucking dial it down?" And he said, "Right." And they had a fight.
Yeah,
he had a fight. He charged a guy, and the rest is history. Now, because planet Earth is garbage and needs to be destroyed, he became a celebrity off the back of that. What we would just call a public freak out because he was 5 foot. Everyone went, look at that, and he became like an overnight sensation. But it had a massive dark turn because he ended up. So let me try and get this right. So first of all, there was all these profiles on him, and the media were doing interviews with him, and there was like profiles where he's like he lives in a van. So he's essentially homeless. They did an interview with him where he was going like, "No, what women are bitches," like mad misogynistic stuff, talking about how Tinder is a rigged game and all of this, like full actual incel chit chat. And then they thought he said that he got caught, he got arrested, didn't he, in a park?
Yeah, he started doing YouTube videos and podcasts, and there was like a guy who does YouTube. We started following around and associate with him. I think then they were like filming in a park, and a guy came up to him and wanted to fight him because of the video. Police arrested him. Then they started like organizing boxing matches with him. Remember?
Yeah, and that was it. There was like some shitty like MMA promotion, and basically they were all laughing at him, and he was taking it dead serious. And then he was meant to fight Screech from Saved by the Bell, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then didn't that fight get cancelled? And then he organized another fight, and then they cancelled that, and he recorded a video of him laughing, going, as if I'd ever fight anyone. You've all been played. Yeah. Anyway, that's where we're up to. We're gonna finish the story now.
Nice.
So it turned out while that was going on, the incel bagel boss Chris Morgan was also sending like harassing and abusive sexual texts to a webcam model called Sarah Russi, right? And I don't know why he was doing it, right? But he was just spamming her constantly. She said, right, that,
That picture, man.
Yeah.
There's no nipples, we're fine. Fuck up. No TOS.
Yeah, not against TOS, right? But anyways, so apparently they met up because, I don't know, like, I guess people who want to go viral meet up with other people who want to go viral, and they were taping a podcast or something, and she, after the podcast, she said she would meet him again for a drink. So anyway, when I got there, Chris was treating it like a real date. I told him I have a boyfriend, but Chris kept saying you could do so much better. He kept telling me how famous he was.
That's you.
Right? I mean, he might have a point, but he's not the solution, is he?
Yeah.
You can do so much better. I'm 5 foot, mate.
Yeah, unless she's with like Beetlejuice, man.
Yeah.
I don't think you're that much of a step
I'm having a wedding. Having a good time.
Having a win.
But Chris kept saying you could do so much better. He kept telling me how famous he was and asked me, how does it feel finally meeting me in person? Chris then kept texting me, but I didn't respond. Then on Tuesday, he sent me this picture with his shirt off. I was like, what the hell? Does he really think I'll be turned on and text him back? He doesn't exactly look that sexy. While Morgan hung up the phone when called for comment, Russi added, his problem is He's got a lot to learn about women.
Mate, he called a champ in the email of him. How you doing in the rain today, champ? You go out there, you like Joey Diaz. You get your cock sucked today, motherfucker. You get out there. You put a cape on, you sling some dick. How you doing, champ?
Yeah, it's unreal, isn't it? But anyway, because of there were telltale signs there that maybe Bagel Boss Chris Morgan wasn't in a good place, was a bit mental, and obviously he got arrested. There was all this other stuff going on, and then he just fucking stroked out. Basically, he just literally stroked out.
Oh no!
Yeah, didn't you know?
No.
Oh shit! I
He was just
forgot
showing
to tell
a picture
you.
of his little T-Rex arms.
Yeah, man.
Tasteful now.
He had a fucking stroke, like. And this was the report in November. This is how far long ago it was since we've updated everyone on Bagel Boss Chris Morgan. So basically, he was, doing his thing, being angry, and he just had a stroke and got hospitalized. He didn't have the money, to pay for the bills, and he's got diabetes as well. He's got lots going on with him. And I think they did a GoFundMe page to help cover the cost. It's pretty tragic because I'll just show you the GoFundMe page. This is probably why you shouldn't start fights with people in the park. He needed to raise $10,000 to cover his medical costs. $1,400 it cost. $1,400, not even close. So anyway, he was told he couldn't talk. He was in and out of consciousness, and it was looking very bad for him. It was touch and go, and as if someone in the chat's gone, "Did they come up short?" Fucking hell, Griff, mate. Have a heart, sir. Have a heart. So things were looking bad, but anyway, the story has I suppose, all things considered, a happy ending. He was able to get out. He was after a week. He was told he was on the mend, and it didn't look like there was going to be anything relating to the brain. The speech was coming back, but he still couldn't move the left side of his body, so I guess his boxing days were over. But anyway, he's out, and last thing that was reported, he was booked to be on Dr. Oz or something like that. So
lovely.
The incel's back out there, but we haven't heard anything since. Like, I've never seen anyone stroke out under the fucking power of their own celebrity before. So, but there you go, mate. So
yeah,
I think he's learned some valuable lessons.
I think he might be gone, but why? Nothing, but in 6 months.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I think obviously he's probably rehabilitated himself.
Yeah,
my stepdad had a stroke, and let me tell you, there's a lot of even ones that don't fucking wipe you out or kill you or whatever. There's so much like physical rehabilitation you have to do. So
yeah,
he's just going to have to. So there you go. So we've updated you all on Bagel Boss. I know there was loads of you asking, what have happened to Bagel Boss?
Well,
it was one of the most asked.
Look what you've done.
Yeah, look what you've done. Let's have some. Let's look at some. I got some mad alcohol-themed stories. I know you like them, Sam.
Go for it.
Actually, no. Before we get into them, did you see this actually? Because this sort of segues from Bagel Boss. If you can see it, there was a study done, apparently, and it was done by a gambling company, and online casino.canada, right, .ca. And they did a study that is going to predict what hardcore gamers are going to look like in 20 years, what we're going to evolve into if we don't stop playing video games. Maybe we could do something responsible like gambling. I don't know. Yeah, incredible, like how transparent that is. And you could see the picture that they fucking put in the publication here. I'm not going to lie. I sort of do look a bit like that, don't I, in a way? It is my body shape, like.
Why is the stomach like flat? But why? It's like it's being pushed in. It's like he's leaning against glass. Like the
I
stomach
think, yeah,
being pushed
isn't
in.
that
but
what's
it's out
happening?
wider. Yeah,
I
don't
thought
know
that's
what's
what was
going on there.
happening. Right?
Maybe.
It says here, with the UK now in its third week of lockdown. Oh, God, remember the days when it was only 3 weeks of lockdown? Many bored Brits have turned to gaming in the hopes of filling their time stuck in the house. But a new study looking into the effects of gaming on the human body may put you off gaming for a while. Researchers from onlinecasino.ca have predicted what avid gamers could look like in just 20 years if they don't change their habits. The team has created a model called Michael,
Who doesn't look too well? This is Michael, and he's not too well.
This
I
is
feel
Michael.
ill.
Yeah, I feel fucking ill. It's done nothing for
Look
me.
at his head, but his eyes
I
are
know,
gone. He looks like a
no,
lizard,
yeah.
but
To create Michael, the team looked at research reports looking into the physical effects of staying indoors, sat in a chair while staring at a screen. The researchers explained the visualization shows that Michael has pale and pasty skin from years of being in artificial light and the result of a lack of vitamin D and B12. His stress-related eczema across his legs and arms and a permanently bent back from poor posture. And then you can just see his head. Look how they've given him like mad patchy, like Team America beard, like why? Oh man, what have you done? Like, hang on, take off my specs. Like, oh, that's big. Like, that is big. Hang on, yeah. I'm not very well. I'm not very. Got a lovely head of hair though, hasn't he? Yeah.
fucking hell. Look at the hair, man. It looks like someone drew it on with a fucking paintbrush. Why is it just like fucking strands on their own?
Mate, it is unreal, isn't it? Like fucking just 3 strands of hair swept back. Like, why are his eyes so purple as well? Why is he so? Mate, he looks like Moses in a green room. Like after listening to me and Thorin for fucking like, he's been absolutely fucking battered there.
Get me in that fucking wheelchair then.
No. Here's a summary of Michael's key features, including a rare nail disorder, bloodshot eyes, and even arthritis. I mean, like, fucking hell. That's not...
Mate,
right, mate, the hands. I know, the hands.
Swell on them.
The hands. Head.
What?
Michael has painful bloodshot eyes due to extended periods of time at a screen. The model also has an indent in his skull due to consistent light pressure of wearing a gaming headset. A gaming headset will not give you a fucking indent in your skull, you mad cunts. Like, hands. Unsurprisingly, years of gaming have had a detrimental effect on his eye. Detrimental? Look at these fucking wrists, man. Andy Fordham, like he's half a Fordham there.
They've put his skin just falling off the edges of his fingers as well. But have you ever had a carlish, but your fingers don't
Yeah, well, hang on.
bleed?
Says here, look, see. The model suffers from onycholysis, a nail disorder caused by repetitive trauma, such as tapping fingernails on a keyboard or controller, which causes the fingernail to loosen from its nail, but never had that in all my life, by the way. Meanwhile, Michael has built up ulcers and calluses on his fingers due to the repetitive strain injury of using the controller. Mate, this is what they used to say about wanking. This is what they used to say about masturbation back in the old Christian church. You know, you get hairy palms and all that stuff. You ever get told that one?
No. I haven't had the hairy palm.
Mate, the Catholics are mental. the Catholics
What's
are
so
out
bad
of
with
fucking
an hairy
control.
palm anyway, but...
They used to fucking tell you if you keep jerking off, you get hairy palm. I don't even know, but like I think what they were trying to imply is you can't hide hairy palms, can you? Everyone will see them. Like,
I mean, unless you put your hands in your pockets, keep your hands upside down.
Yeah, well, why your hands in your pockets then? Hiding your hairy palms. See, they get you every time. Like, they got you. They just fucking done you twice. So yeah, but like the Catholics were out of control, mate. They were straight saying like if you wank at any time, you get fucked. Anyway, back and shoulders. Finally, Michael has developed a hunchback.
Yes.
And round, mate, you got to have a hunchback, mind. Are you a gamer if you don't have a hunchback? That's what I want to know. Are you a real gamer if you don't have a
gamer
hunchback?
hours, ring those bells, hunchbacks. Yeah. Bong,
but
bong.
And then, of course, you can just see, like, you can see all of the things, including the classic indent in the skull. And then underneath it said, onlinecasino.ca explained, a condition that slowly develops over time, a hyperextended neck, rounded shoulders, and hunchback will start as a dull pain and occasionally work its way from your neck to your hands and back as the strains slowly create a bend in the neck, which is what creates the hunchback. This is caused by elongated periods of time sitting in uncomfortable positions without stretching or counteracting it with regular exercise.
Disney created the hunchback.
Yep. How to avoid looking like Michael? Exercise. Evenly light the room. Follow a healthy diet. Sit properly and regularly stretch. And stay hydrated. Yep, and then 6, gamble.
Gamble. Play slot machines.
I mean, have you seen it if you scroll down as well? Like, tattoo addict model, and then warning signs of bladder cancer you might not want to ignore. It's just a guy bending over doing a goatsy. Like,
no,
what the
but
fuck
I think
is
those
that?
are just random ads. I got a person with a
Yeah,
bruised
just for me,
face.
like.
Woman
what did you get?
digs out of grave after being beaten and buried alive by neighbours. Oh, I gotta click on that.
Oh, mate, be careful. For giving the love of God, be careful.
Nina Rodchenko, 57, was left with
Is this
horrific
Russia?
injuries. It might be like, including a broken jaw and nose after 2 drunk brothers allegedly beat her with a baseball bat for 2 hours. What the fuck, man? She dug herself out of her own grave after she was buried alive by drunk. I'm scrolling real slow here, like. I'm scrolling
Oh, you better add. Maybe even open it in another window on one of your monitors and just have a look, so we don't see gore.
Nah, it's fine. It's just the grave. But
mate, you gotta love the mirror. Like, what a fucking paper.
Fucking hell.
What a paper.
What a double-hard fucking victory, but fair play.
Oh yeah, she's fucking fair play. Like, she's
took 2
fucking
hours of baseball bat digs from 2 drunk cunts. They buried her alive, and she straight Kill Bill 1-inch punches herself straight out the grave. But
oh, it's just, mate.
When they make Kill Bill 3, let's have her in it, Nina Rodchenko. But
if TV taught me anything, it's like, you know, that episode of The Sopranos where they try and collect that debt from the ex-KGB guy, and they just can't kill him. They shoot him in the head. He's climbing up a tree. Like, they can't find him anywhere. Telling you, like, you just don't fuck around with Russian people, do you? Like, it's, you know, you heard, all of that region. You heard it in Chernobyl. Like, 1,000 years of sacrifice in our veins. Like, they just don't fuck around. Like, imagine a room full of people. And you got, right, yeah, if you go down and press this valve, like, you will be 100% dead, and you won't just die in a good way. You'll die in one of the worst ways imaginable. Who's up for it then? Yeah, all right then, fuck it. We'll give you double vodka rations.
Ciao.
It's unfucking real.
I would have done it for single vodka rations, you dickhead.
Jokes on you. So yeah, anyway, Michael the gamer. So there you go. Don't say I'm not trying to warn you all and help improve your life. I'm educating you about how to avoid seagull attacks, how to avoid turning into Michael. Here's something as well, like, it's got nothing to do with nothing, but what a mad story this is, right? Okay, you know, ways of identifying. You know how, like, it was all about the fingerprint for years.
Yeah.
And then we upgraded, and then it's
retina,
like, your retina scans and all of that, right?
Aye.
Well, what do you think of this one, mate? This is a story in Input Mag about a smart toilet. Mate, a smart toilet that recognizes your brown eye. It right? No, this is no joke. Look, listen. Apparently, this is the first line of the article. Apparently, anuses are like snowflakes, and a smart toilet can identify you by yours. Now, don't scroll down.
Fuck, like, all right.
Don't scroll down, because there's a drawing. But I wanted to get your thoughts on this, mate, because you've always talked about, them fucking toilets that like rinse your bum and all that.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. Well, but why have you got to know who I am? Why? What? Like, have I got a special set or something?
Special settings.
Yeah, but I can just do that. But warm, fast, easy. But 2 seconds. You ain't got to know who I am by my ring piece. But that's creepy.
Right, but hang on. It can also look at your bumhole and tell you if you've got any potential diseases or anything like that.
Oh well. That's
So like
pretty
you'd be
cool.
you'd be taking a shit and then it'll go
Pile
Ew.
detected. Pile detected.
Would you like me to pop your hemorrhoids? No, like a fucking finger, But yeah, like that's fucking. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed about this. I'm just worried about what they would do with my hoop data. That's the problem. Like, where does it go? Like, what if China got hold of it and they knew everything about my ring? Then what happens? See, what could they do with it?
Hello, there we go. I think I'm back. I ripped my headset out my PC, but I ruled out I was rushing to get it back in. I don't know if they could hear all that. I assume they could.
No one could hear anything. I couldn't.
All right. No, I mean, I hope they could hear you. But I got my extension cables underneath my chair, but fucking push back, yoink, yeet it straight out of the PC.
Oh, okay. All right, good. But yeah, mate, smart toilets. So what were you saying about that? Like, what would?
Yeah,
like,
the
would you have one
medical
of these?
purpose is pretty good. But it says here that
Yeah.
it can look for disease markers in stool and urine, ranging from kidney failure to various cancers. But it says, unfortunately, it gets really put. Oh, hang on. Like, let me switch it so I can have a scroll.
Down to the part you can't scroll to.
I reckon that's
'Cause
fine,
that-
but that ain't a
No,
butt,
mate.
but that's
No,
the
just
star,
don't
but
risk
that's the
it.
North
Don't-
Star, but
No, but mate.
right, hang on,
Like,
hang on.
Twitch is
hang
so
on,
mental.
hang on.
Twitch is so mental. You can't even show a drawing of an anus. Like,
Yeah,
you can't.
can.
Like.
Man.
No, you can't, mate. I'm
Why?
telling you, I'm not dealing with it. Like, just don't, like. I'm not having to explain to Twitch how 8 fucking lines drawn is. I can't, like. But it does say here, right, that down the line, there could be a version of this that like won't just be able to like detect cancer. It can do like pregnancy tests,
What
like
the fuck?
stool analysis. Like, I think that's pretty. Honestly, I don't know if I'm just mental, but like,
Yeah,
I
the
could get on
medical
board with that.
side is pretty cool, yeah. But again,
Like,
you
you
don't
know-
need
you-
to
you know what it's
identify my
like?
butt or low butt. None of that requires an anal print. Just fucking say, oh, the smart toilet's in there, I'll write down your name. Like, there we go. Right, it's just giving me the results. That's for you. Why have I got to know who you are by your ring?
I don't know.
Exactly.
know.
Everything's good
But
except for the creepy fucking
mate,
butthole
like,
print.
On the flip side, there's not going to be like we're not going to have like people in like SS uniforms like storming in. Show us your anus. Prepare for
Get a
anus scan.
scanner out, yeah.
Yeah, that's never going to be a
South
popular.
Park goes real again. I just need to check inside your asshole, sir. I just need to check inside your asshole.
Mate, forgot about that episode. I did forget about that episode. You asshole. Oh God. But yeah, anyway, so just got to be careful with it. But I'm down, man. I like having the idea of having a wicked fucking toilet.
Oh, I really want one with a bidet in it. I bought one of those ones you can add to the toilet that I tell you about, but I can't figure out how to add it because you need like a stop. What do you even call the thing? But like a valve, stop valve. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Stop valve,
Yeah,
stop the
right.
water from flowing to take the pipe off to fit the. And I ain't fucking know about,
Right.
so I don't fancy flooding up my bathroom.
Yeah, that's fair. Like that's fair. That does sound like a bit of a pain in the ass.
So yeah, could have saved on Bog Grove for the coronavirus, but if I fixed it in.
It's fair. I've got. I've actually got a section in this document just called Knob News. I guess while we're on toilets, like we can go from we can go from bums to knobs, can't we? We can do that, right? Like, I just got to have a look at all these fucking things now because I made this document so long ago. I just got to make sure. This is outrageous. I totally forgot about this. Oh, you're going to enjoy this, mate. You are going to enjoy this. Like, right. This is in the classic Manchester Evening News. You got to love that for a publication. And this is the headline. Man left with permanent erection. Man left with permanent erection by botched operation says he can't see his daughter anymore. I was told, this is the tagline, I was told it would be sore for about 6 to 8 weeks after, but I never expected anything like this. And then just look at the guy's photo, look at his face.
Take it off.
Oh, God. A man who says he is in agony from a permanent erection after he had an operation to rebuild his...
Rebuild his what?
Rebuild his shattered pelvis.
How has he done that?
Oh, unlucky is this cunt. A man who says he's in agony from a permanent erection after he had an operation to rebuild his shattered pelvis has told how now he is a prisoner in his own home. Jokes on him, we all are now. The condition is so embarrassing that James Scott feels unable to see his 9-year-old daughter, he told the Daily Record. The former glazier from Glasgow sustained serious pelvis injuries when 1.5 tons of glass fell on him. That's fucking brutal. During an accident
to be fair, what are you
work.
doing underneath 1.5 ton of glass?
I know, mate.
Why are you
Probably had an helmet on as well, the daft cunt.
You know what I mean? That's not a window, but that's not a window falling out dropping on you. That's like one being hauled up by a crane. What are you doing standing there?
Mind you, right, my uncle Chris, right, he had to have time off work because he was working in the steelworks, and one of them windows in the top just fucking fell.
Yeah.
And landed on his back and just smashed on his back.
Mate, well, do you know what
he was out for a bit.
Steelworks is they literally pay you depending on the injury, but so there's like a rule, if you take a finger off past the first knuckle, that's 100 grand. Bang on.
Yeah, yeah.
Grand. If you
I've talked about it before. We used to have it in rugby as well.
It's like 200 grand. If you fucking get a fucking what was the other one? If you die, it's like if you die because of faulty equipment, it's like a couple of mil to your family. They literally have like a fucking rule, and I know some of them are like, oh, I do need some extra money. Like, fuck it, do I need a pinky? Really, I could lose a fucking knuckle. Just fucking sheet metal.
Well, no, that was the joke. That was the joke we used to do because we used to have a poster in the rugby union, in the rugby club. And it would tell you all the injuries, like what you pay your subs for, because, you pay your subs, you get your insurance, you're sanctioned by the RFU or whatever it is. And we used to sit there and laugh about it, and it would be like, lose one eye, 10 grand. Both eyes, 30 grand. Like, absolute pittance, like nothing.
Yeah.
And we'd all be like, fucking jackpot, boys, fully blind, 30 grand, blind for life. Poke my fucking eyes out, lads. Like, it was just, but it was all sorts, isn't it? Yeah. 10 grand for an eye. I might do that, mate. Will you gouge my eye out for me, mate? Like, it was just fucking ridiculous. But anyway, back to James Scott. He fractured a bone at the bottom of his spine and had lacerations on both legs and suffered a blocked urethra.
That actually made me have like fucking butterflies in my fucking box, but like I actually shivered. My urethra, take it off. My urethra.
An operation to repair his penis took place in 2018. However, this left him with further complications and erectile issues. But now, an operation to correct the erectile dysfunction has left him with the opposite issue. This guy's been unlucky as fuck.
In him or something, but that was just perm or hard.
Well, no, there's this thing called Priapism. Have you ever heard about it?
I've heard the word. I don't really know what it is. Though.
Yeah, probably in a game of Scrabble with me, mate. But Priapism is where you get basically an unbelievably long-lasting erection. And there was a lot of people that used to theorize, when you look at the Kama Sutra, you see all them Indian gods, which is massive rods, and all the yogis, and it was like they can fuck for hours. A lot of people, sort of said, they could take these drugs to, induce a priapism. But basically, my understanding of a priapism is, your dick is like a sponge, right?
Yeah, no. In what way? You mean as in
The erectile tissue.
right? Okay,
It's
yeah.
like it's
Yeah,
like a
it takes
spongy
blood in, is that
tissue.
what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So what happens is, basically, the blood can flow in at speed, but
Right,
it can't come out.
Yeah.
So it stays in there. So you're like after a dog's had a
Can you
fuck,
actually like squeeze it out? Can you?
No, but this is the thing. Like, so yeah, one of the ways they do it, and you have to be careful, obviously, because there's clotting issues and all sorts. Like, and you can just wreck your dick, but they'll drain it out.
Oh, you mean
slowly.
a needle?
Yeah, like you can take. Yeah.
Oh, but I think I remember that from some sort of like documentary about porn, when those guys who have to inject their knob with what's that drug?
Yeah, because that can cause clotting and all sorts. Yeah,
I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
And he did it, and he started freaking out. It'd be like 8 years later. I'm still fucking hard, man.
Yeah, well, there was a great Chris Morris sketch actually in Jam, which is one of the TV version of the Blue Jam radio show, and it's a sketch called The Gush, and it's about guys who work in porn who can't stop coming. Right, like they come and it never stops. So what they do is they like move them around, and basically they ejaculate themselves to death, like all their essential like minerals and all that like come out, and it's some Dutch porn star, and he's like going like. This is why I only do soft cock these days, because when you see somebody die from the gush, it is like nothing you've ever seen. It is first the cum it turns red, and then finally it turns black. And like it's a fucking great sketch. It's one of the funniest comedy sketches I've ever seen. But yeah, like basically when you start putting the fucking when you start, putting those drugs in, it can give you erectile problems in the sense that, what goes up doesn't necessarily come down. So this cunt's been mega unlucky. Like, first of all, his pelvis in his back gets wrecked, his urethra gets blocked off. They open up the urethra, it leaves him with a perma-soft on, and then he goes to get that fixed. Now he's got a perma-rod on. Like, but anyway, here you go. It gets worse. Like, he said he's now a prisoner in his own home because he's in constant pain and can't put trousers on. Like, how big is this?
I know what. Fuck up, but strap it to your thigh and carry on, but
mate, like
bit of electrical tape.
Long Dong Silver could wear drawers out the house. Like, come on, mate. He goes, after the operation, I wasn't able to get an erection, so I had another op, and they inserted metal rods into my penis. And now I've got a permanent erection, and I'm in agony.
Yeah, so they have left the rods in. That's what I thought, but...
Yeah, mate. So it's not even a priapism.
No, it's just
got rods.
Just rod on.
He's just a tin man, like. He's just straight rock, innit? But anyway, basically, he says... he's just stuck, and there's no specialist. I tell you what, right? I'd love to get a follow-up on this story. Because imagine now, like how low priority is perma rod is in the middle of the coronavirus. I bet he's never seen a doctor, man. I bet he's man oh, this cunt, like, mate, he must have run over a black cat or something, like 10 times, like smashed him. It must have been a mirror that smashed over him. It wasn't glass, it was a mirror, and he just got fucking 4,000 years bad luck or something. Like, fucking unreasonable. But anyway, that was one story in knob news, and then I got to be careful with this one. This is a mental story, Sam, mate. What, like, right? I thought Luis Suarez was bad. Right? Look at this, mate. This is fucking off. This is like beyond anything I've ever heard about in any sport. So, footballer in France suspended for 5 years for biting opponent's penis during a match. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you header, like, what are you doing? An amateur footballer in France has been suspended for 5 years after biting the penis of an opponent during an altercation as a match ended. A player from either side started a fight in a car park, and when a second member of the squad stepped in to break things up, the player in question bit the peacemaker on the penis. Wow. The
Why is that
victim
the
was
first
also
move,
suspected.
but just bends on.
It's just wild, like, it's wild. Listen to this though. Emmanuel Sailing, the director of the local Moselle district, explained what happened and how lengthy sanctions like this are rare even in amateur football. The events took place after the match in the stadium car park. There was an altercation, an escalation, and things got worse. It's quite rare to have sanctions of several years. There are less than 10 per year. This case was a bit saucy. Some cunts had their knob bit, mate.
Like
But there must have been
carry-on show.
some nasty tension. So
Saucy.
the smiles on the disciplinary committee quickly faded. The two clubs are scheduled to meet again on May 17th, minus the guy who bit the guy's knob. Mate, I've never heard of that in all my life. Like, I've never heard of somebody in a fight biting a knob. I can't even, like, even in the worst of street brawls, there's, like, unwritten rules, like. Do you know what I mean?
Bite the knob.
That's one of them, yeah. 100%. Willie biting on the edge, mate. He's fucking...
Biting Willie's on the edge.
So acceptable, like. So unacceptable. Oh, God. I can't. Right. Here's another story. So we're segueing from knobs into porn, as we do. A deaf man is suing Pornhub because they don't have closed captions.
Oh, fuck up, bud.
I know.
Fuck up, bud.
I know.
How is that even a thing, but? Well, sound. I don't do audio version of the podcast. Does that mean I can be sued? My bad, like, it's not my fault.
A deaf man has sued Pornhub and as well as other pornographic websites because he said he cannot enjoy video content without closed captioning.
Fuck you now.
Yaroslav Suris, a New York resident, tried to watch videos on Pornhub entitled...
Nah, but why is this even in there, but? What is this, what?
Oh, the fully rectum! Oh, the fully rectum! Right, he's trying to watch videos on Pornhub entitled Hot Step Aunt Babysits Disobedient Nephew and Sexy Cop Gets Witness to Talk.
Fucking old. You've got all your search history, you dickhead.
This'll teach you to sue the porn companies. The media have got you again. We are the porn sites are a subsidiary of the media conglomerate we work with.
Media. We control the media.
But he said he could not enjoy the videos due to the website's lack of closed captioning, according to the lawsuit filed Thursday in the Eastern District of New York. The lawsuit alleges that Pornhub, RedTube, and YouPorn are in violation of the 1990 Americans with Disabilities Act. Part of the ADA's goal is to provide full and equal enjoyment of a public...
That's so unreasonable to say, but... That's so So if I make music, but I've got to make it just as good for deaf people. How the fuck am I going to do that, but? What are you saying, but?
Listen, mate. No. There was another case. I can't even remember whose it was. But some festival got fucking sued for not having...
No, but...
Yeah. Who does the sign language for the lyrics? Like,
mate. Well, does that mean I
joke.
can sue fucking, I don't know, zipline companies who I'm too fat for, but can I do that, can I? Where's my mills?
Probably, yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Told you, the deaf lobby, it's powerful, like.
Can people who are too short sue roller coaster companies?
Here's one. I just don't even know if this is the one I was thinking of. No, this is just Shakespeare, like. Somebody filed a lawsuit against a Shakespeare company for not providing somebody to do sign language.
No.
Yeah, there you go. Burning Man got sued.
Burning
as
Man
well.
isn't even like a festival. It's just a load of fucking
Maybe that's not
hippies
what I'm
on
thinking of either.
DMT, but just one. No, it is a festival, but what I mean is
Oh,
it's
right.
literally just a load of fucking hippies like burning shit. Fucking, it's basically like Woodstock reunion every year, but that's basically what it is. We wish we could have went to Woodstock instead. We go to Burning Man.
But yeah, but I mean, the thing is, like, I can even see the argument with music more than I can with porn. Who's listening to the
I
diet?
know,
Like,
it's not even the main part.
my hearing sound. I don't listen to anything they say. You know,
Fucking Chancers, but Chancers making everyone else seem bad.
The lawsuit adds websites that prevent accessibility to deaf and hard of hearing individuals is a discriminatory act. What's the difference between subtitles and closed captions, by the way?
I think they're the same thing.
Is that the same thing?
Closed captions are done automatically, but I don't think that's right.
Hang on, I'll Google that.
Closed captions one that are done automatically. Oh, it's okay. So closed captions are the ones that are like more descriptive. Is that the one we previously
here we
used to
go.
call as descriptive?
Subtitles assume an audience can hear the audio, but need the dialogue only in text form.
Right.
Closed captioning assumes an audience cannot hear anything, and therefore needs a text description of the sounds. Are you fucking serious? Who wants that for porn?
Yeah, it's just more
strange squelch.
Yeah, exactly.
Queef.
Fucking hell.
Queef. Grunting. Like, fucking hell, who wants that? Like, that's going to put you right off your stroke. That is.
Mental, but... And also, I guarantee the porno probably has got at least some videos. How many? What? So every single video that's ever on their website, they've got to have closed captioning for. That can't be really reasonable, but I can't stand up.
Chase just sent me that as well. He goes, he checked the comments and said, "Who else here because of the deaf man suing Pornhub for this video not having closed captioning?" I don't blame the dude. Some of us need a story to come to. I'll tell you, secretly low key, right? I can't even believe we're getting into this. The podcast's gone to shit. Shut it down. I'll admit, Pornhub comments are the best comments on the internet. They're better than any other forum on the internet. Mate, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Like, I'm not just talking about the Dave O.G. Miles, wish that were me. I'm not talking about that. Right, I'm talking about there's some, like, legit funny fucking stuff in there. Like, I'm not just talking about people pretending to be the cunt from fucking Fallout who wants you to rescue another settlement. He's there, though. There's all sorts, man. Honestly, the comments are, it's weird. Like, it's worth just going through the videos, honestly. You don't even have to watch the videos. Just go read the comments. Like,
go read the comments.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You'll find some hilarious shit, like. There must be a website that's done that.
Yeah,
funniest.
Probably, or a subreddit or something.
Yeah, funniest Pornhub comments or something. Anyway, back to this lawsuit. Pornhub's vice president, Corey Price, disputed the claim and said, while we do not generally comment on active lawsuits, we would like to take this opportunity to point out that we do have a closed captions category.
There we go, you bad backwards cunt. So you
but it's a category. Yeah, he wants it on every video.
Off.
He wants it on Sexy Cop Makes Witness Talk,
well,
Sam. He doesn't have it. Well, listen, I agree with you, but I am just saying, what if he can't blow his beans to any other porn video?
Nightmare. Find someone else. What do you mean? Like, you've got eyes. Be fucking grateful you got eyes. Imagine being blind, but all they got is squelching, but and you're bitching because you can't hear the squelching, but.
As if that's your fucking...
Kids in Africa starving.
I know. As if you've become like your fucking parents, like when you don't eat your dinner. Deaf, or at least you got eyes. Like, that's not an acceptable argument, is it? You mad?
What do you mean?
That's mad as
Be
fuck.
Grateful for what you got, but there's blind people wishing they were deaf. I bet there's fucking blind people just like, oh, I could just see the porn as ever listen to this shit squelching. And then this guy said, I would like to know the background noise in my porn set. And actually, we'll get fucked, but hire someone to do it for you if you're that asked.
Right. So, we can now get to the mad booze stories. You probably need a drink after that. Right. This one is fucking crazy. There was a guy. He was getting in trouble and stuff at work. He was feeling a bit off kilter as well permanently. And what was happening to him was every time he ate carbohydrates, his body would make his own alcohol.
Fucking hell.
He has a rare disorder because he was a non-drinker. He never drank, so he couldn't identify what was wrong with him. He didn't know if he was feeling pissed or not because he's never been pissed. He's a 46-year-old man, never drank. And basically, what happened was, I know, soft shite.
Yeah, it's probably because your body's so sick of it being a massive V-reg, but just decided to fucking have its own sesh. But
yeah.
Fucking,
True,
if all you're
true.
gonna do is eat rice and lentils, but I'll make my own, you boring cunt.
Right. So check this out, right? A man who said he'd never drank alcohol but often appeared drunk had a rare condition called Auto-Brewery Syndrome. Give me this. Oh,
I know,
Jesus, please. Can you imagine just having a slice of
You
bread
wanna
and
drink
being
rich? Nah,
wrecked?
mate,
Oh, yeah, fucking please. Like, in which his gut began producing alcohol whenever he ate carbohydrates. For years, the 46-year-old man's family, doctors, and police thought he was a closet drinker, despite his insistence he didn't drink any alcohol. The man displayed brain fog and aggressive behavior, would fall over, and was even arrested for suspicion of driving while intoxicated. Eventually, he was diagnosed with Auto-Brewery Syndrome, which occurs when gut disturbances, including side effects from antibiotic use, result in uncurbed growth of fermenting fungi or bacteria in the gastrointestinal tract. When carbs, such as, I love how you've got to explain it to the morons. When carbs, such as pizza, pasta, bread, and soda, are consumed, these microbes turn the sugar in that food or drink into ethanol, leading to extreme blood alcohol levels.
Fucking hell.
And he's been struggling with it since 2011 because he was given antibiotics for a thumb injury.
Fucking hell.
And then they fixed it though. They gave him some probiotics, like that shit you get in like yogurts and that.
Yeah.
And his symptoms have just gone away, and now he doesn't get pissed when he eats bread.
There we go, like back on the carbs. I hope
No,
he's
I
learned that he should have a beer every now and then to fucking keep his body right.
I would have fucking, I wouldn't have cured it. Like, I would have been, sound.
Yeah, but it depends how high. It says extremely high, but if you have a pizza and it kills you from fucking blood poisoning, well, you don't want that, do you?
No, but he's not gonna make. It's not gonna make enough to kill him. Like that, it can't possibly be.
I don't know. It says ethanol, but if it's making straight ethanol in Ebola, but could be.
Well, I mean, you'll probably black out before it makes enough to kill you. If it was like, if it was literally
how long does it
ethanol
take?
thing.
But if you like, imagine you eat the full pizza, it takes a couple of hours.
What, go to bed?
The full pizza, sleep, but yeah, exactly. And you've made a fucking liter of vodka in your belly overnight.
You've made prison wine.
Yeah, just spewing up hooch the next day. But
mate, I'd be loving right now. I'd be loving that. That would save me so much money. You have no idea. Like, I'd be riding around in a Beamer, pissed of course. Like, full.
Start making your own fucking
full
hooch.
not
But
fit to drive.
got any fruit in your house? Tin fruit, chucking in a bag, bit of water, bit of orange juice.
Don't remind me of everything I've lost, Sam.
Hooch it
There's no booze in the house, mate. Hasn't been for days.
Hooch, mate. Fuck it. Why not?
I don't even know if I've got the requisite ingredients.
You must have tin fruit, but tin fruit, fresh fruit, bit of sugar.
no,
like cocktail, like fruit cocktail. It must be one of those. Peaches.
Nah, I got some sweet corn. Sweet corn.
That might work. It's got sugars in it. Can you chat? Can you make hooch?
You can make booze out of corn. Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah,
get a mash on. But I haven't got any. I haven't got any. I need sugar as well. Don't have any sugar in the house.
Oh, nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, you can use natural
I never have sugar on. I mean, you don't need to. I live in America, don't I? The idea of putting sugar on food that's already loaded with sugar is outrageous. Like, imagine having a bowl of cereal. Just put a bit of sugar on my fucking Frosties. Like,
got any Lucky Charm fucking marshmallows you can grind up and put in there?
Nah, I haven't. Like, haven't at all. So there was that, right? Here's another one. this guy gave himself like lethal alcohol poisoning, and hang on, I just got to make sure there's no medical pictures in this one. Just got to check.
Yeah, that was
No,
good for sure.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Just him laying in the bed.
Right. So here's the story. So this is in Vietnam. So this guy went to hospital with extreme. That's the word. Extreme alcohol poisoning. So he basically was like completely fucked. I think he'd been drinking like just pure fucking ethanol or something, and he'd gone unconscious. So he was gonna die, basically.
Yeah.
Just to let you know how much methanol he had in his blood, it was 1,119 times higher than that of the like driving limit.
Fuck no.
So quite a bit, like quite a bit. And so what they had to do, he couldn't go cold turkey, because if you went cold turkey,
Yeah, that's how they get you. Alcohol.
the liver, it's not even that. It's because as soon as the liver stops processing methanol, your body starts going into shock. So they had to slow down the processing to fucking basically try and drag it out and bring him down gently so he didn't get into like mad organ shock. So the guy's completely unconscious. So what did they do? They gave him a fucking like an IV drip, and they poured beer directly into his bloodstream.
Fucking hell.
Right? And they had to give him 15 cans direct into his blood to stop him, to slow down the body metabolizing it, and it gradually eases him down. It does explain the science behind it.
Yeah.
It says even when someone has stopped drinking, alcohol continues to be released into the bloodstream, causing blood alcohol levels to continue to rise, and this increases the risk of methanol poisoning. The body prioritizes breaking down ethanol over methanol, so that was why administering beer to Mr. Nat meant the toxic effects of the methanol was slowed down. Dr. Lamb explained that this gave medics time to perform a full kidney dialysis on him, so before he suffered any more harmful effects from the alcohol poisoning.
Genius,
So
what a doctor.
yeah,
Fair play.
yeah, what a
Smart
fucking doctor.
Did
You wouldn't get that in the
Yeah, I was
States.
gonna say that ain't in the book, but there's no way you looked up alcohol poisoning. Step 1, give him can. There's no way.
Yeah, it's no way that's happening, isn't it? I'm gonna need a slab stat. Like, I'm gonna need a fucking slab. Right, get me Dr. Fordham. Just comes in with a fucking 24 cans of beer. We can save him. So,
What a boy.
what a boy. Good story. Got another booze-related story, another alcohol-related story. This one, of course, from Florida. Let me get this one. This is something I could imagine you doing, honestly. Not gonna lie. So this is the story about a man from Florida, reported in USA Today, and basically got arrested for giving beer to an alligator.
I'm surprised that's an arrestable offence in Florida, but
Yeah, true. I would have said it was just par for the course in a lot of ways. A Florida man is accused of enticing an alligator to bite his arm and pouring beer into its mouth after his friend caught the reptile. Timothy Kepka and Noah Osborne were arrested. Each was charged with unlawful taking of an alligator, which is a felony. Like,
what the fuck?
Unlawful taking of an alligator. What a mad charge that is. Like,
the poaching.
you see loads of fucking people in Florida with pet gators. Are they serious? Like,
Yeah, they took one illegally, but that's the problem. It's like stealing someone's gator. Where do they get this
I
gator
don't know, mate.
from?
If I've learned anything from Tiger King,
Yeah.
it's that these laws.
They always get you though, mate. Look where he is. He's in jail.
Yeah, not for that. He's in jail because he got stitched up, mate. Because of that Carol Baskin. That bitch Carol Baskin.
Definitely.
When are we doing a Carol Baskin special? Sam?
When that
When are we
fucking
gonna,
new season comes out, they keep saying it's coming soon. Like Netflix.
What, a new
new
season?
Yeah, about all the other footage they had, and it's going to be about how Carol Baskin killed her husband, apparently.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, right? I've gone a bit quiet on the Joe Exotic front because there was a story about them having footage of him, like having sex with a tiger or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, mental,
Is
mate.
there?
That
I mean,
bloke,
I've been saying since the start he's mentally ill. To be fair, and he deserves to be in prison. So I'm still
that
winning.
bloke said that him and his boyfriend used to get amorous with the cats, and then they found all these like mental. They found like like taxidermy, like stuffed tigers, dead
Right.
real tigers, but with like
No.
fleshlights put in their bumholes and stuff.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, so all you people dressing up as Joe Exotic ain't so fucking funny now, is it?
Yeah, fucking joke's on you, you white cunts.
You mad tiger
Joke's on
fucking
you.
bastard.
No, mate, it's bad. Yeah. I mean, like, I I still would love it if Donald Trump gave him a pardon, like, and he was just out. But
that would be so mental.
sometimes you just have these aberrations of nature and society, and you've kind of got to go along with them a little bit, Like Hunter S. Thompson said, one of God's own prototypes.
Yeah.
Too weird to live, too rare to die.
But he's not even that weird, but he's run of the mill, just desperate to be famous, loves to fuck tigers.
He's
like
pretty fucking weird in my opinion, mate.
But he's as weird as every other weirdo.
Nice, look, somebody's got Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin and more.
That's a suit.
That's a lawsuit.
Yeah.
That's a lawsuit.
Baskin's coming for you. You're going through the meat grinder.
You've been sued by the bitch Carol Baskin. Is another one. I don't know. I probably can't show that actually. Just give that a miss.
All right.
Well, no, it was a guy using a dead shark as a bong. So I'll just leave it, I guess.
You could show that.
Yeah, no. I got something better anyway. Something better.
Well, that happened just sooner.
From that incredible publication, The Mank.
The Mank.
Headline.
Fucking hell.
Dad slams school. I know, look at him.
Round as fuck.
Mate, his face to forehead ratio is so fucked.
Why is his head so
Dad
fucked?
slams school after leaflet tells teens to suck toes rather than have sex.
Oh, I seen this, yeah.
Yeah. A father has scolded his teenage daughter's school for promoting fetishes after she returned home with a leaflet that suggested toe sucking was an alternative to sex. Carl Lawrence from Tildesley said he was bewildered and shocked by the recommendations in the sexual health advice sheet that his 14-year-old Emma acquired from Shevington High School in Wigan. The leaflet, titled 101 Ways to Show Someone You Love Them Without Having Sex, suggested teenagers could suck toes, nibble ears, or buy their partner's underwear. Carl also learned that children younger than year 9 had been given this material, which was created by the company Spectrum Community Health, CIC. I've got the list here. I've got the list. Here's some of the things on the list, right? You could give them your last chocolate. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. You could pick them a flower. That's nice.
Mm.
Yep. Name a star after them. I don't want to disappoint any kids out there. You haven't got the authority to be naming stars, like.
I don't think you've got.
They're already named.
Do that, big man.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have the facilities. Help them with their problems. I mean, that's a very profound one, but it's true. Go for a romantic walk on the beach. Also true. Give them loving cuddles. Also true. Write them a poem. Get their name temporarily tattooed on your body. Buy them a Kinder egg and hide a ring inside. How does that work? How
hide
could
a
you buy
ring
them
in a Kinder egg? You'd have to crack.
How are you doing
Kinder
that?
egg first?
Who the fuck is this? Like fucking Darren Brown or something? Like some
Making
mad
his own Tinder egg.
David
Kinder
Copperfield. Like.
Tinder egg.
See?
There you go.
And then it just has 26 suck their toes. It's just there. It's just weird because it's just got ramped up. It's like cuddles,
Yeah.
get them a flower,
Compliment them and make them feel special. Suck their toes.
suck their toes.
Go paddling on a summer's day.
Yeah, like how is that just in there? Like, how are you just sucking toes in there? Like, and then number 36 is even more egregious.
Yeah,
Propose marriage. What? Ain't even legal. What you talking
Yeah,
about? That's 2 down from run them a bath to clean the feet, probably, so you can suck the fucking toes. Parachute together. I think they were. Listen,
Fucking hell. They were running out.
So
they were struggling
they
by
were
the
just-
time they got here. Like,
yeah, exactly. They did the
but
first
to
20,
be fair,
and you were like,
yeah, suck their toes.
we got to do another 81 of these. We got to do another 81 of these. Right? Parachute together. Share strawberries dipped in chocolate. 9.5 weeks. Mickey Rourke. And look, they're even recycling ones.
Slash house in all their favourite things. You probably shouldn't do that, but just redecorate someone's
definitely
entire house while they're out.
Definitely shouldn't. Like, that's not good. Like, people aren't going to like that. And then they're even starting to recycle them at 50. Send them flowers. You've already picked them flowers. Like, oh no, but we bought these ones.
Yeah, we bought these ones. We sent them at college /work.
Struggling. Right, let's get back to fucking Carl Pilkington, or whatever his name is. The father said, I understand children need to be made aware of the world, but should we really be promoting fetishes in year 9? The first thing that stood out was suck their toes. That's quite niche. There were some ideas I was really shocked at. When I spoke to my daughter, I said, you do know this isn't the only way to do things. Surely you can just enjoy each other's company. Go for walks, watch a film, go to Burger King, go to the park. Tons of things you can do that don't involve getting someone's big toe in her mouth. Why is it the big toe, Carl? Why is it the big toe? Carl has urged educators to proofread this type of material in the future and think carefully about what they distribute to students. He said, we should be saying there are alternatives to the physical side of things, sure, but I don't think we should be pointing them in direction every other possibility. When it comes to children as parents and responsible adults, we safeguard them. There's certain things kids should learn about later in life, like sucking toes. Oh. Somebody says Carl looks like Vince. That's an insult. To Vince, of course. Not to Carl. Want to clarify that. I can't even read the other page. I bet it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
The first, they were mad struggling with the fucking first 50. Like, okay, what else we got? This is like just so stupid. This is just like I should have put that in with the Russians. Fuck, forgot that. Here you go, right? Like, this is just stupid, but it made me laugh, right? You know, have you played Football Manager? You ever played Football Manager?
Oh, sorry, no, I was having you on. No, I haven't actually. I've watched it. I've watched some streams. Like, I've never played it.
No, yeah. Right. Well, shame really, because if I'd had that Raid Shadow Legends stream, we could have done Football Manager after Guess Not. Like, shame. Be sure to thank the guys who say it's unethical on the Discord. Be sure to let them know. Be sure to let them know how you feel about medicine. Right? You see what's coming, but this I saw this on my fucking timeline, right? And mate, it's mental. Why is what happens in Football Manager is when they make new people when in the game, they do like the colloquial term for it is fucking regen. Right? It's a regen.
As opposed to
and basically what it does is it creates a generated head, and some of them are mental. Like, you end up with like teenagers who look like fucking 52-year-old men, you know. It's like it's bonkers. But anyway, the old regen's a classic, right? But I just noticed that there was a Football Manager regen committing crimes in Tonga. Look at the state of this fucking E-Fit image, mate. Look at the fucking state of it. Like, Mate.
This guy's reply's pretty good, like.
No, but then look at that reply as well. Straight oblivion, like. Straight oblivion.
His head's so round and square at the same time. Man.
Yeah, what's going on with him? Like, what's going on with his head? It's so outrageous, mate. What a
fucking
legend.
haircut as well, like a ginger.
I know exactly.
afro,
He's got
but-
some mad, like, fucking 70s throwback haircut. Probably called Les.
Dog.
No one calls their kids Les anymore. Ridiculous. But yeah, that just buckled me, mate. The sound of
Fucking outrageous.
football manager regens out there committing fucking crimes. What else have we got here? Because like I've got about 5,000 stories about fucking coronavirus because no one talks about anything else, do they? This was a mad story, right? This is a story from America, of course. Like the most crazy ones are. So this guy wanted to cure racism, right? Which we all want to do. We want to get. Yeah, you want to get rid of racism in society. Right. I just say cure racism, right? I've done it. I played Democracy 3 and cured racism and then got assassinated. You know, that's the man for you.
That is how they get you.
Right?
Yeah. Always the same.
Right? But this story is from America, February, this was.
Right.
Where up in Cedar Rapids, a guy kidnapped a woman and then forced her to watch Roots, which is the 1977 miniseries that tells the history of slavery in the United States. And he did it, right? He said, I'm going to kill you and chop you into pieces and spread your body parts between here and Chicago if you don't watch all of this show. And it's so she could understand racism. So she sat there and watched 9 hours, all 9 hours of Roots. Great TV show, by the way. Recommend it. And then he just let her go.
What the fuck? Like,
He just let her go. So he's been arrested now.
Obviously, of course, yeah.
Yeah, has been arrested. He's been arrested, faced with first-degree harassment. Didn't know that was, didn't know. And false imprisonment.
How about kidnapping? How's that not
I don't know.
happened?
Yeah, weird one, eh?
I guess because he let her go, maybe they were a bit more lax on the conviction, I suppose.
And then there's his mugshot. He seems quite pleased with how it all worked out in the end. He's... Well, she'll never be racist now.
Yeah. That's one cured.
Yep.
After I do
Shame
this
I can't
time,
cure anymore
double
because I'm
it.
going to die in prison because I'm 52 years old. But, you know, guess you got to do what you got to do. Crazy story. I've never had nothing like that in all my life. Like, right? You're going to sit there and you're going to watch Roots. And if you don't watch all of it, I'm going to kill you. But if you watch it, I'm just going to let you go on.
Yeah, I know.
Think about it.
Yeah,
Stay woke, motherfucker. Like, it's so
you
ridiculous.
kidnap me to binge watch a TV show under threat of death. No bother, man. No bother.
I see a way out of this. I do see a way out of this.
Imagine if you said, mate, I've already seen Roots. Watch it again! Watch it again!
What's your favourite bit? It's all bad. It's all bad. Nah, nearly got you. Nearly got you.
Can I watch Django instead? No! It's Roots!
Django Unchained on Netflix now, by the way.
No, I've watched that so many times, but I've watched
Still
Kill
good,
Bill
though. Always a
over and
banger,
over
like.
again as well, yeah.
Always a banger. Always good. Right, what else have I got here? I can't. Here's something from India today. I think you'll appreciate this. They say romance is dead, Sam. They do say that. I've heard people say that. They say romance is dead. Right? This guy, he is either the ultimate simp or the ultimate G. Right? So his girlfriend, it's Valentine's Day in India, and his girlfriend says to him, "You haven't even got a motorbike. What kind of man are you? Lol. Yeah, call yourself a man when you don't have a motorbike." So he went out, said, "I'll fucking show her who's a man." So he stole 8 bikes. Straight stole them. Just 8. And he came back and said, "Look, now I've got 8. Now who's a man? I'm 8 times a man." Well, I'll tell you now what he got arrested.
Straight to jail.
But straight to jail, of course. But where he's not going to see his girlfriend. A man was arrested by Delhi police on Saturday after he stole several motorbikes to impress his girlfriend, who had taunted him for not having one. When accused, Lalit's girlfriend got at him on Valentine's Day for not having a motorcycle. He divided to have not one. I think that doesn't mean divided there. Decided, yeah. It's okay. There's going to be some little bit of translation problems. He decided to have not one, but many two-wheelers. Lalit discussed his plans to steal the two-wheelers with his friend Sahid. The plan was then put into the next gear, and the auto theft
I'd
soon
like to know
began.
what the plan actually was, but grip anyway.
Yeah, I don't even know that word.
Yeah.
Yeah. We knock people off their bikes and we take them. Right, great plan.
Where we go.
When cases of several motorcycles being stolen from the area were reported, the police were on their toes to nab the perpetrators. The police received information that 2 potential criminals were operating in the Dwarka area, and the police acted upon the information, and a trap was laid. When they spotted the 2 suspects riding on a bike worth over 1.8
lakh
is that rupees?
It's lakh rupees, which I think is that million rupees, 1.8 million rupees. Is that what
Probably the rupee's not worth a lot. Like a singular rupee isn't a lot.
I think
of
that's
money.
how it works. Or maybe lakh means 100,000. Who knows?
Who knows? The bike was without a number plate, and this was enough for the police to pounce and then positively verify who the suspects were. They were stopped and nabbed. The 2 police were held and then sent to prison with 8 auto theft cases slapped on board.
With thieves as well.
Oh, truncheons to the legs immediate, like straight truncheon.
Did you see in, I think it was Rwanda, where is that where the Maasai tribe is? Is that Rwanda? No,
Maybe.
Is that Kenya? It might be Kenya. But
I
basically,
thought Rwanda was under the Hutu and the Tutsis.
Yeah, maybe. But I think it was Kenya where they had the Maasai tribe. You know, the ones with the big whips, but. And they had those in charge of the lockdown, but. Yeah. And they were going through the streets just whipping people in the streets, but what a fucking scene.
I saw a video the other day of I think it was the Juarez Mexican drug cartel. And if they catch anyone breaking curfew,
and the Sinaloa one, bat to the arse, but
bat to the arse. Was it Sinaloa?
I think it was Sinaloa, but it's loads of Mexican
Well, I'm dead now. I've mixed up my cartels. I'm dead.
I'm not sure.
Gonna get beheaded. So been nice, been fun. I grow my hair back, getting beheaded. So you know.
No, I think they're fine with being mentioned, but they quite like that. I think that's
but I just compared one to the other. The mortal enemies, aren't they? I'm fucked. I'm dead. Like just died, haven't I?
They rule different territories, but I think they're fine. I think it's fine.
Mate, this Lomas Della Abano is in the chat typing things. Who's he? Who's he?
Richard.
Yes, yeah, mate. He's there with a fucking tape measure. Like, I'll fix this cunt's neck. Like.
Nah, I think he'd be fine, but.
All right. Well, anyway,
Richard's
what a way to go.
Big fan of your work wherever you're from.
Can't say that, can I? I can't say that either, can I? Not with everyone trying to cancel me. Now I'm in a rock and a hard place. Live poor or be beheaded while I'm on the top. Like, tough. It's not really the top, is it, up here, is it?
Yeah, I've seen a few of those videos, like the Sinaloa cartel.
Yeah, anyway, back to the point. Yeah, the Sinaloa cartel. Listen, I'm sure all the cartels are doing great work in their communities.
They're all running the
when it comes to the lockdown. But yeah, they fucking were going around, and anyone that broke it, they dropped the trousers, and they had a big bat, like a cricket bat, and would slap their ass with it.
Yeah.
So, it's
Some big old
fucking.
digs as well, but some big.
I also
old
saw.
part,
Did you see that? Did you see that Ugandan police officer that went viral for a day as well? See, this is all the stuff I want to say for the coronavirus episode, but we can mention it while we're here.
Yeah.
He did he recorded a video and it went viral, and he was saying "What are you doing, letting your kids out playing? They're gonna have the coronavirus and bring it into your home, and now your mother's gonna die." And I have to come along and I have to tell you to fucking stop doing it. When are you going to fucking grow up? He was going mental. He was going absolutely spare. He just had enough, innit? Because he was just out there all day going, like he said, I've tried being nice to people. No cunt listens. So I've had enough. Yeah, it's mental, mate. Then again, I have seen some daft cunt police officers a family in their garden.
Yeah.
And they come in. You can't gather in your garden. It's my property. I definitely can, you fucking mad uniformed cunt. What are you talking about?
I know.
You do realise that, if we go in the house, we're still in the same proximity. This is still my territory. It's fucking wild as fuck. Yeah. Everyone went bonkers about it. That's what I mean. It's going to be called coronavirus insanity, it is. See, I said I should have mentioned this when we were doing about the Russians. Should have segued into this just to see how fucking, crazy. Tragedy, of course, mad tragedy. but also just a quintessential Russian tragedy.
Right.
It's classic Russian tragedy. So what happened was there was a bunch of people in Moscow were having a swimming pool party, and they were celebrating a birthday. And somebody basically said that it's the water's too warm, and so they threw dry ice into the pool, and it just killed 3 people immediately. Wow. They just choked and went under, and cause of death was suffocation.
Yeah, there's nitrogen straight to the fucking brain. But I don't get how that's your first idea to cool down a fucking pool. I'd
have ran a tap.
Yeah, cold water's pretty good. Cooling stuff.
I would have ran a tap. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Would have ran a tap 100%. But yeah, listen. I'll read it to you. Dry ice had been dumped in the pool after guests who had just come from a sauna complained it was too warm. Probably should have given it 5 minutes.
What do you mean?
Probably should have given it 5 minutes. A member of the emergency services told the RIA news agency that the partygoers had ordered 25 kilograms. That's fucking what? That's so much. 25 kilograms of dry ice to cool down the pool in their complex. Several guests who had been in the sauna then dived into the water to cool off. Immediately, the swimmers started to choke, with many losing consciousness. Preliminary analysis indicates the victim's cause of death was suffocation. And then just underneath, dry ice is a solid form of carbon dioxide, and if it is released in an area without proper ventilation, it can cause people to inhale dangerous amounts of gas. Cheers, BBC.
Nice.
You've done it again. Appreciate it. Mate, that's so much dry ice, mate. Who you even calling for that? Mate, Postmates of pizza's one thing, fucking, 25 kilograms of dry ice, please.
How did you get that?
Who's got that lying around? That's just so much.
And again, how was that your first thought to cool something down?
Mate, that's about the same size as the iceberg that took down the fucking Titanic. It's massive, and you've just gone, we'll just throw that in the pool. Can't breathe. That's so mental,
Worst part is, all they had to do, even if they had done this, but if they had thrown it in and waited 2 minutes, it would have been sound. But they just dove in straight away.
But here's the other thing: if you're gonna order 25, ordering 25 kilograms of dry ice, surely it's easier to get 25 kilograms
of ice,
of wet ice, right? You put that in, you can dive straight in. Job's a good one.
Yeah.
Job's a good one. Why have they done that? Why did it have to be dry ice? I just don't get it.
Just looks cool, didn't it? Having all the smoke coming off the pool. Good.
Well, that's fucking mental. Right. What else have we got? Oh God. Oh God. Oh, can't talk about that. I've done that thing where I've left all the miserable stories. I've done all the funny ones, and then it's like, and everybody's dead. It's just what it's like. Yeah, can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. This one, I don't even know what this is. Like, hang on, it just says furries next to the link. So I'm too scared. I'm scared. Scared.
Coronavirus being traced back to a man wearing a pangolin suit after eating the face off a bat.
Yeah, can't bring that up, really. We just got to leave that one far, far away. God, why didn't I plan the show better, Sam? Why have I fucked this up?
There must be
Like,
some funny stuff left.
Oh, mate, like, it's just, all the news is just fucking virus. It's all about the virus. It's all about the virus. Talking about that virus. All right. Spider-Man's fallen on hard times during the COVID outbreak, by the looks of it.
Oh,
This is the headline. It's from Associated Press. Not so friendly neighborhood Spider-Man accused of exposing himself. Accused of exposing himself to woman in Manassas. Why have you done that? Not so friendly. He's committed a sex crime.
I can't even know what I'm saying. This fucking work, you piece of shit.
Police in Northern Virginia say a man dressed as Spider-Man exposed himself to a woman at a traffic light. Prince William County Police. It wasn't Prince William. You were worried there for a minute, though. You were like, these fucking royals.
Prince William.
First Epstein.
I've just come back from a nonce party ring.
Mate, I saw a headline as well. There was an article, I think it was on the Daily Beast, and it just said, Epstein's pipeline went straight to Weinstein. I'm like, oh, for fuck, of course it did. Of course it did. Anyway, Prince William County Police say a 44-year-old woman reported the incident Friday morning at a corner in Manassas. The woman told police she was stopped at an intersection when a man dressed as Spider-Man exposed himself while making an obscene gesture. I mean, what's more obscene than just going full Dr. Cock and balls? Like, police say the man then observed the woman in the car next to him, rolled down his window and exposed himself again, and then sped off. Police say there was no physical contact between the man and the woman.
The woman could just be gangster tripping, to be fair. She's the only fucking witness. Maybe she was just tripping, mate. Thought she'd seen Spider-Man wanking next to it.
I don't think so, mate.
It's not always Peter Parker's fault.
Can't put that. But yeah, honestly, all the other stuff is fucking miserable, mate.
Yeah.
I'll try and find.
Have you seen the trending story in the top right of this page?
Yeah.
It's so
I know.
mental. Like,
People are just out of control,
what
mate.
the fuck?
People are just out of fucking control. Like, I told you we were facing a mental health time bomb. The worst thing that could have happened was quarantine.
Oh, I know.
Everyone's gone fucking... everyone's lost their
Of course,
Swedes.
2 men in Georgia drank disinfectants to combat coronavirus. Bong.
That's on the coronavirus. Bong!
Bong.
Mate, there was a survey today. It said, right, are things as bad as they say? 98% of Americans in our survey say they wouldn't drink bleach to cure coronavirus.
What about the 2%?
What about the 2%? Yeah. What about the 2? Who's that cunt? Who are they?
I give it a try, like.
But no, I got all sorts, man. I got like, you know, just look at some of these headlines. Man with coronavirus spits in train passenger's face.
I've seen a few of these, but the Amazon package guy spitting on
mate. This is what I mean. Like, it's just there isn't any good news out there. We did talk about drug dealers, so I suppose we can throw this in since we were talking about, you know, think the cartel are having it hard as well, probably. This was
Oh,
a story in the
come on.
Washington Examiner that prices of heroin and meth have increased because of the pandemic has really badly hit the drug trade. The prices for illicit drugs are shooting up as the coronavirus pandemic affects cartels in Mexico. The prices of heroin, methamphetamine, and fentanyl have increased as drug traffickers struggle to get precursor chemicals from laboratories in China, where the outbreak first began late last year. There have been worker shortages at the labs that produce substances such as benzylfentanyl, norfentanyl, and what the fuck is this? Anilinopiperidine, or piperidine, which are used to make heroin and fentanyl. A federal law enforcement source told the New York Post that as the volume of drug decreases, prices increase.
That is how it works.
In other words, a police officer explained the basic concept behind supply and demand to a fucking moron journalist. The cartels are having a lot of difficulty producing drugs right now. When the supply is low, the price always goes up. China has pretty much stopped production on the chemicals they need to do business. The Sinaloa cartel and the Jalisco New Generation cartel, that's another one that's going to get me, are the two criminal enterprises competing for the methamphetamine and synthetic opioid markets. There are fears that the virus outbreak will provide the groups with an easier time bringing drugs into the US because of reduced numbers of border agents. So there you go. And I saw another drug-related story. Hang on. Back to the mirror. But I think this is a valid excuse. I'd probably use this one, right?
Right.
If I got. So police stopped man with rucksack full of cannabis who said I was buying in bulk because of the lockdown.
No, it's true. Probably is.
That's
true,
legit,
but
like that's
that
a legit
could've been me one day.
yeah.
that could've
Yeah,
been
that's a
me.
legit excuse, that is like.
Times are hard to get fucking drugs during the lockdown, but drug dealers don't want to leave the house either. Drug dealers are scared of Rona.
Oh yeah, exactly, mate. Well, not all of them.
Not all of them, no. There are still a few, and God bless them and all, but those few soldiers still out there making sure we're kept in good.
Well,
good,
did you
God
see what's
bless them too.
happening? Did you see what's happening in the UK? Did you see this
No.
as well? Right, this was reported in Vice. What drug dealers are doing now is they're dressing up as nurses, delivery drivers, putting on like fake uniforms
Smart,
so they can
but
be out and it doesn't arouse any suspicion and they go around the houses and no one says nothing
what
about
you
it.
need is, but a couple of spare Domino's boxes, a little Domino's fucking delivery uniform, but
This Twitch channel doesn't advocate for the dealing of illegal drugs.
I'm just saying.
And
if you're
Sam
gonna
Davis
do it right,
is
then
a
use
well-known
your head.
mental patient who
Use
calls
your head.
into the show on occasion.
Use your head.
But look, see, the collective. Oh wait, there. Let me just scroll down. If you can't leave the house unless it's for exercise or essential work, how are people addicted to crack still buying their drugs? Big question on everyone's minds right now. I'm sure. Like last week, West Midlands Police, mate, Birmingham's fucking going mental. Like I'm coming back. It's like gangland out there, mate. Been 2 shootings in the last week.
Oh,
like,
that's nothing.
never. No, but it never used to be like that.
No, I reckon it did. You probably just didn't look as much, surely.
Mate, put it this way, it was noteworthy. Like that time during CGS, we were all drinking in a bar and we all left. And then, like, we were watching the news and the bar we were just in some guy walked in with a shotgun and started shooting at the doorman.
Fucking hell.
And we legit missed it by, like, a few hours, like. But, I mean, it's pretty rare. Pretty rare in Birmingham, like. And plus, everyone's sporting them replicas. The video I saw the other day, mate, it was pow, 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 3 people jumping off a bike. Like, brrr, madness, like. On that fucking skeng thing, bro.
They have motorcycle helmets on. There's a kind of video that Andy sends you, like, later.
Yeah, one of them, like.
People with motorcycle helmets on.
I was like, Anders, I'm sick of these Brazilian drug dealing videos. When that's Birmingham, you mad cunt. I was like, fucking hell. I'm going back there in a bit. Can we all just keep our level of gangster down till I get settled again, like, please? Then we'll talk. Anyway, Last week, West Midlands Police reported a big fall in violence and robbery because obviously no cunts going out.
Yeah.
But there were, the drug business isn't in retreat. They're just finding new ways around it. So according to drug market observers we spoke to, including police, drug workers and drug users, the virus and its subsequent lockdown have already begun reshaping the way dealers are going about business. It certainly hasn't stopped them. A well-placed police source with access to the national picture, involving feedback from all 46 police forces, told me the crack and heroin business remains highly functional across the UK. Several police forces report that dealers are dressing up as supermarket workers, parcel delivery workers, and to camouflage themselves as they make drop-offs on street corners and direct to people's home. One drug expert in Liverpool... They're gonna need some drugs in Liverpool when the Premier League season gets cancelled.
One drug expert in Liverpool found on a street corner drinking Frosty Jacks.
said
this to say.
Said it's fucking bagging.
Fucking
Right.
mental. How
No,
he's
I'm being
doing that,
mate.
lad.
I'm telling you, like, if they cancel the Premier League and Liverpool aren't allowed to win a title,
that would be fucking
riots,
hilarious.
mate.
It'd be hilarious. Or like, even as a Liverpool supporter, that would be so funny. But all those years without a title, literally going smashing everyone to bits. But then it's like 1-0 Rona did it off. It's been Rona.
Mate,
Draw a line through it. It's Rona.
They'd still have to give it to them, wouldn't they?
I don't know. It might cancel it because it wasn't mathematically guaranteed yet. If it was mathematically guaranteed, they would. But there was still a chance that they could fuck it, like. But it weren't.
mental.
Like, it was like they would have to lose every game and shit like that, basically.
Yeah. Anyway, one drug expert in Liverpool added some dealers prepare for being stopped by police by always having a box of groceries for their gran in hand. Others have taken to using motorcycles so they look like fast food delivery drivers.
There we go. What I said was already in the article, mate. It's fine.
What?
What I said earlier would be a good idea that we had to retract. It's fine. It's in the article.
Yeah, that's not a good thing, is it, Sam? if you're coming up with legitimate methodologies used by the illegal drug trade.
Well, they're not the smartest of fellows, is it? It's not an hard idea to come up with. Who else delivers things to doors? Domino's does.
Now you take that back. We're already being targeted by the fucking cartel, Sam. This is outrageous. Right, well, here's the story we'll end on. And we'll wrap up the podcast, and then we'll do the Rona special. Well, there is a couple actually. Hang on, go on. Let me get you a couple here, right?
Go on.
There was this. The governor of Kentucky had to issue an apology, right?
For
Because
being
he
from
was just for existing.
Sorry.
But the governor of Kentucky had to issue an apology, right? Because he was talking about during coronavirus, they're having to deal with all like benefit fraud. People are like, putting strain on the benefit system. So he was urging people to just stop. And he went, listen, people are using other people's identity and it's just not okay. And he said, for example, we had somebody called Tupac Shakur file for unemployment benefit. And that person probably felt they were being funny. They probably did, except for the fact that because of them, we've got to go through so many other claims. That's not okay. You can't be doing that. Slight problem. He's really called Tupac Shakur. No, he's
and he's on the brew.
Mate, it's a bloke really called Tupac Shakur. Like it's his real name. And so the governor had to issue an apology and say like, listen, mate, sorry about saying you were committing benefit fraud on national television during a press conference.
It's all good, but I did fake my death and all that at the end, so
Yeah, he's like, listen. We all knew I weren't really gone anyway. I was still dropping them straight fire Machiavelli tracks, like.
That hologram was just me, straight
yeah, exactly.
dancing in the background.
Mate, you have no idea. I had. It was like when Sam did that thing with Michael. earlier. That's what we do. We have to project the hologram onto the real Tupac. Anyway, the governor said, I talked to him on the phone today and I apologize. Yeah, sounds like, I always preferred Biggie though. No, he said, I talked to him on the phone today and I apologized. I told him how it happened. It's my fault. He was very gracious. I said, I'm sorry if I embarrassed him or caused him any negative attention. He ended the call with God bless and then proceeded to sing Hit 'Em Up.
Now you tell me who won. I see them, they run.
So that's a nice little story that came out about it. So there really is a Tupac Shakur like riding around Kentucky claiming fucking
like,
benefits.
I bet that's a good few Tupac Shakurs in the US, but
yeah, what was interesting about that guy was he even had the same middle name, which was like Malik, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Malik Shakur.
And then here's the other thing, and then you see, I know you've got some opinions about this, and then we can just wrap up the show and just fuck off, and then I might stream later tonight. I'm gonna have some lunch, and then I might come back and stream some Chinese parents. I know everyone's jacked up to see me play. So anyway, you know how because of the fucking coronavirus, you might have heard of it, Sam. Yeah. You might have heard of coronavirus. You might have heard about it. So people have been all working from home, all the reporters, you know, like all the TV hosts, all of this. Well, there's this guy called Will Reeve, who's a reporter, and he did a live segment on Good Morning America, and he was sat there in a like suit, you know, on a chair doing a bit. But the slight fucking problem was the daft cunt weren't wearing no trousers, like.
He's being fucked over by the producer there, though, but because
but
spoke to him before the show, he's like, "Mate, I can see you knees, by the way."
But his camera angle's like pointing straight down, just straight showing off bare legs, like straight bare legs in. Like, so yeah, 100%. This is what I mean about this is what I wanted to talk about because I know you've got opinions about it. This is what I mean. Like the fucking media is so it's like it's ineptitude as well. Like since. Like that, for that to go on TV, a man clearly wearing no trousers, for that to go on TV, and not one person has said, can you lift the camera up a bit, or you're showing some leg there, or our lower thirds don't go to the direct to the bottom of the screen. They hover, there's a gap, so people will be able to see some skin. Not one person has caught it. Not one person for a live TV broadcast. Yep.
All those screens, not one of you watching, you cunts.
But this is the one area where it's actually been insane knowing that in esports and like streaming, we actually are so far ahead when it comes to like bedroom broadcasting. These cunts can't even set up a webcam.
But I'm watching darts from home. No, like the darts league where they've started doing. Mate, it's so shit. I wish, honestly, Unibet, all you cunts, give me 10 grand, but I'll give you the sickest darts tournament from home. They can have a walkout. I can have fucking 4 cameras in the room. Literally, but they've just sent them like iPhones, but and they're doing it through fucking Facebook. Like, what the fuck are you doing, but like shitty 360p quality? You could do a sick fucking anything from home, but do you only realize that computers are very good nowadays? You can have a whole production studio in XSplit, basically, but. Give me 2 more screens and a few more cameras. I can run it all, mate. Come to me. I'll fix your shitty bedroom broadcast.
Yeah, but like, have you seen how they've been doing like just Zoom calls and Google Hangouts and like people, you know, I saw one. It was I can't remember which of the late night hosts it was. I think it was the one where he was in the bath and he had his. No, it can't have been the one where he was in the bath. Anyway, there was one where he was in his room. His living room, and they were using the fucking camera mic, and not his lav.
Yeah,
nobody checked.
That's the other thing we said before. Now, imagine being a late night TV show host and you don't know the basics of setting up a camera and a microphone. Like, fuck you. Did you not do any climbing? But surely you should understand the basics of like setting up your own shit. Like Conan, but he's doing a talk show with a fucking iPhone from his house. But like, are you mad?
Yeah.
You can't buy a DSLR camera and put it on a tripod. You can't handle that. You really can't handle that.
I know, and it's mad when you think about what like the average streamer setup is better.
Yeah, way better.
The average streamer setup is better. Like even this, just in my bedroom, I know we had it all set up properly in there. I've got a sound mixer. I've got an actual camera. I've got lights. You know, I've got an on-air sign for no reason. That comes from China. I'm waiting for that to explode. Burn me to death in my sleep.
Right? TV are really shit at adapting, but it's the same. Whenever I've worked in a TV like production gallery, whenever anything
sound
goes
effects.
off script or anything like that, they just melt. But if you go off the
Nobody
rundown
cared
TV,
who I was till I ate the bat.
You know, I got all this. And these fucking cunts, like, can't do any of that. They can't do a Bane impersonation on cue. It's outrageous.
no way.
Anyway, we got through without talking politics as well. I hope you notice.
Yeah, nice. What? Big.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. No politics.
Fuck
No
Donald
reference
Trump.
to-
Fuck Donald Trump.
Crip walking didn't do it. Can't crip walk. My back hurts.
I'm always crip walking.
But the next show probably will be just all about coronavirus
Rona
because
time.
there's all sorts of mad stuff.
Yeah.
They were giving away porn in China, you know.
Were they? Fucking hell, that's change of tune.
It was free access. Hang on, let me just get this right. Free access to pornography to encourage people staying at home.
That'll
Yeah.
do it, like.
Oh yeah. Airy palms though.
Yeah, and how do they do
Yeah.
that? Do they literally like lift the VPN on porn?
I don't know.
Stuff.
We'll go into it in the podcast, I guess. But yeah, they basically were offering people in Wuhan like porn to fucking access to porn to stay in and just jerk off. So, you know,
Stay in your house, have a wank, save lives.
yeah, I've been doing it mate,
Yeah.
every day, doing my bit.
Since I was a
Hunched
teenager.
over. I need to show you something as well. Like, it's on my laptop. Like,
What
but
is
those games are getting out of control, Sam.
What game?
Those, you know, the porn games. They put on
Oh, right, yeah. I've never clicked on one, I don't think.
No, I mean, I'm just talking the adverts.
Yeah.
But right. I can't even describe it to you. I'm just gonna have to show you the picture. It's just unreal. I literally screenshot it. I couldn't believe what I'm seeing.
What characters are involved?
A woman was in a kitchen holding a bottle of wine, wearing a negligee,
Right, normal so far.
but she had a penis that was the same size as her, as the rest of her, coming out, and there's nothing else on it, no other context. And then underneath it said, "Try not to come." Yep, done. I'm done. Like 100% done.
Maybe I was taken out by the Westboro Baptist Church to dissuade wanking.
Mate, I was just looking at it
That's
like,
a command, that is. Try not
like,
to come.
yeah, try not to come. All right, yeah, okay. 100%, like, not gonna be a problem. It's the same size as her body. It was unbelievable. I just don't, and it was all like really badly like rendered CGI. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I just don't understand what's going on. Those games they're out of control.
Who
They
plays
started
that?
out, they used to make sense. It was like, you know, and then it went a bit
Press
silly
button
for a
to
bit.
jet.
Yeah, and then like, you know, want to have sex with Marge Simpson? Like, can we do a real
Nah.
woman? But you know, some people are into cartoons, I guess. Whatever. Weirdos, we call them. Weebs, we call them. Weebs out. Get your signs up. But
Get your weaves out.
but now it's just mental. You know, I remember when Avatar was there.
Yeah,
Blue
Avatar did have a
people.
long stretch, like.
Yeah. Yeah, they're out of control, mate. Just out of fucking control. I'm just like, okay. I didn't even know what to make of it. There's no other context for that. There's no other context.
A giant knob.
Yeah, just-
Try not to come.
all right. May as well have been like a fucking Dalek or something. You know what I mean? Just like, try not to come. Okay. Like, ejaculate. Like, it's fucking outrageous.
Humans
Anyway.
ejaculate.
It's enough of that. Right, we done a podcast, Sam. We did it. We finally did
Nice.
the show. It was garbage. It was terrible.
Oh, that's fine.
it's really hard to get news stories that don't relate to coronavirus right now. Like everything is like
So many
coronavirus in
things
some like it's just all linked to it. It's all like connected in some way.
Yeah,
And everyone's
like
lost
that for a
their mind.
while, unfortunately. But
Oh yeah, believe
Nothing else
believe
to
it's
talk about.
just politics and coronavirus. They're the only things. Like, trust me, I'm looking all the time. I'm like, is that a funny story? And then it's like it's always something lame, like man with ice truck sells beer instead of ice cream, gets arrested, goes to jail. And you're like,
no license, straight to bed.
Yeah, terrible. Right then, so we'll wrap it up, I guess.
Right,
that was the show. We got anything to plug before we go out? Give a shout out to the sponsor.
Yeah,
Are we gonna do timestamps on this?
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah, we'll do it. All right, there you go. .com. Go to .com/RLS. Go check them out and sign up. You have to be an esports fan for that. You have to be into esports betting in particular, or you can go to .com 9Es. Go there, be 18 plus. Please bet responsibly. Guess I better plug the sponsors I've got since I'm not allowed to have any other ones, eh?
Yeah.
So you better fucking sign up and support them. You can also check out the merch that's up there. rlewisreports.com/merch. We got t-shirts, we got mugs. You can get one of these. Banger, help you get through quarantine. Fill it with anything. Piss.
Whatever you want, mate.
Whatever you want, put it in there.
Even old solids. You can put anything
you
in
can
there.
put solids in there, exactly. That's what no one ever talks about. No one ever talks about solids in cups. So you can do that. And obviously go follow Sam on Twitter because he's not verified and he's not got a lot of followers. And
I don't tweet, but I wouldn't bother.
It makes his little winky go right inside him. It does.
I literally haven't tweeted in years, but maybe I will. Who knows? Well, every time I go to my Twitter, but one of my most recent pictures is just this picture of Vince. But I'll show it to you. So
What's
every time I
this
go
now?
to my Twitter, I just see that.
Do you want to put that? You can put that on the screen. Vince don't even mind about that. It's brilliant. It's perfect.
Just pay.
That's where he was during the last No Majors Club, where it was. He opened his Twitter feed.
Human shit all over his screen.
That's not okay. That just gone too far.
Too far now, lad.
People are fucking mental. I love how what should have just been a friendly interaction completely fucking broke him. Like, it's absolutely ruined him for life. Like, never the same. Never the same.
People are fucking mental, man.
People are fucking mental, man. I didn't even do it, like. So, yeah, good times. Good times. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the support as always. I might be back streaming Chinese Parents later tonight. You were now gonna, since his Raid Shadow Legends is off the table for the foreseeable, you're now gonna watch me basically work my way through my fucking Steam account and play all the games, all the janky games that I've bought in every sale, and you're gonna watch it and you're gonna like it and you're gonna subscribe and you're gonna donate until we offset the difference that the demented fuckers that say mobile games are evil have deprived me of. So I might be back in a few hours, depending on how sleepy I get, because it is fucking warm. It's so warm out here. Like, I'm sweating cobs, mate. But anyway, appreciate all the support as always. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Richard Lewis Show. We'll see you again next time. Peace.